Like everybody driving around listening to the Roots and eating motherfucking sea moss and shit.
Yeah, pretty much, right. Bro. You know how many times I hear sea moss a day, my boy? You know what I mean? But what's the okay? So there is a difference though.
Should be
you got to and you got to separate things. And
tomato.
No, like people who are like 5%ers, you know what I mean, actually have like what I would consider a code of ethics. You know what I mean? Like that they follow in a kind of more universal, standardized doctrine. Hoteps just find information and just take it as law as it comes. At least with 5%ers, there's a modicum of research involved in what they're doing.
This is a little bit. They at least crack the book. No, we don't want to talk about nobody reading books. That's all that nigga did was talk about how he read.
I mean, Hoteps kind of just like come up with shit on the fly too. They're like freestyling life.
Yeah.
They freestyling like they're freestyling their beliefs as they go.
Well, sister, you know that this book was written and has yet to be written.
It's the wildest thing I ever seen, bro. But my whole point to say that was going back to the bull. You know what I mean? If those dudes could go out there and do that weird shit, you know what I mean? Go ahead and get your pussy bop. You know what I mean? It ain't got nothing to do with me.
I mean, I'd rather probably listen to this guy who's clearly on crystals talk about channeling dark energy than listen to Hotep niggas. Like I
really,
yeah.
Why?
Yes, I'd rather listen to a spiritual hippie talk about random hippie shit all day.
That's the same thing.
I know. I'm just picking my poison. I don't want to listen to the branding that Hoteps have. Is the branding.
I don't like people who are loud and wrong. That always blows my mind.
I don't know how you.
Yeah, the spiritual people always talking these like really spiritual like voices and like they're like always.
It's contractual, Yella. No,
I'm just saying. I'd rather listen to that than these Hoteps. Every time you pick up something to eat, it's a problem. Every time they see a compound word, they got to turn it into a conspiracy fucking theory. Like I just.
Can we as Black people stop trying to take words that rhyme and then try to make that into a doctrine?
No,
now that
because it's freestyling your life, and so it need to rhyme.
No, brother, because what you don't understand is that we grew up on rhyme and rhythm and the beats and the sound that made our toes tap back in Africa. See, that's what we need to do.
Yeah, toes tap back in Africa. Yeah, exactly. And by the way, y'all, fuck Africa. If y'all want to go back to the motherland, you can have that whole stinking, musty ass, fucked up continent. The whole continent. You can have the whole thing. I'm not going back to Africa. Fuck that. Y'all on your own. You know what I'm saying? Y'all give my man $100,000 and all, man. You know that. You my man's in them. Arshawn, you too. If y'all want to go to Africa, cool. I just won't be joining you.
Right.
Fuck Africa. I'm not going back.
I mean, I'm not. Oh, you're muted. You're muted, Brick.
Oh yeah, no, Kyle was gonna say something. Go ahead.
Nope. Go ahead.
Oh, he's like, nope. I was like, I just don't connect to Africa in any kind of way. Like, I acknowledge that, you know, somewhere
we can tell.
Like that was. But I just like, I don't even. He talking about I just don't. Like, why I gotta be African? Like, the fact that there's, like, I don't know. They were saying, I might have missed it, like, the FBA ADOS is problematic. I'm just like, well, I mean, I can follow my lineage up to that point. And some of us are just, like, fine with it. And don't need to try to make
Yeah, because I'm ADOS as well as Bree. Like, your parents are from some other country, are they, Bree?
No.
Yeah, so you're not both ADOS. Yellow, like,
I think everybody.
Yellow's a glowworm, so his folks are from here.
Yeah, everybody from. I think everybody.
Yeah. Arsha, everyone here is ADOS. Then okay, cool.
I don't even know.
Has anybody actually been to Africa? Anybody?
Me.
You have. Where'd you go, sir?
Congo and Tanzania, and I've been to South Africa.
Okay, nice.
Fuck Africa.
Jeez.
I just have I don't have any desire to go. Like, I know a lot of what we see about it over here is like limited, so we don't know a lot about it. I can accept that too, but it's just like not a priority for me.
I'm about to go to Amsterdam.
I know. I'm already getting ready to book my trip to Ethiopia. Like, because I mean, like, when I look at my features, like, I feel like visually, I'm on the same level as. I look Ethiopians think all the time. I'm Ethiopian.
And of all the places in Africa to go, Ethiopia.
Ethiopia gets one of the worst. Ethiopia gets one. Hold on, wait one second. Ethiopia gets one of the worst raps for not being that bad of a country. For whatever reason, Ethiopia, the only country in Africa that was never conquered, somehow
until it was.
It was in commercials, cause I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
It was never conquered. It was never conquered. Now, commercialism and capitalism comes into play, and yes, that did change the landscape.
Yeah,
thinking they showed that little boy with that flower on his nose. Fuck you.
And that you don't ever see that yellow over there in Africa.
I'm just saying that's definitely how they portrayed it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's definitely how they portrayed it. Though.
But I'm curious for Kai. You said you kind of have features that look Ethiopian. Like, what would you be hoping to find from that? Are you just curious, or you're like maybe you'll connect with a part of yourself? Like, I'm just curious.
I just want to see what it's like, you know what I mean? And I'll make my decision when I get there. You know what I mean? But I mean, I would like to see if I do find some form of connection. You know what I mean? Like. But like I've been doing my research. I got some friends now that are Ethiopian that have been telling me all about it. And I'm just like, it looks dope.
It's not. Now here's the thing. The most beautiful. Here's the thing. Of all the places I've been to on the planet, Africa probably has the most beautiful landscape. Like the way the sun, the way the sun rises and sets there, it really is like none other. It is gorgeous. However, it's the populace that's the problem. Fuck those people, and someone should introduce them to soap, okay, and decent food.
Oh, Jesus.
And fucking manners, okay.
Yeah.
The thoughts of Mandrill is not shared by the panel. We need to put a disclaimer scroll in the.
I don't know. Y'all been sounding in lockstep so far. I don't know. Y'all been.
I just said I have no desire to go to Africa, and I hate when people.
We're not live, are we?
Yeah, we are.
Well, damn, Marshawn, what do you tell me?
We've been live all time.
Listen, this is the status quo.
Yo, Rashawn, your channel is gone, bro. Do not say
your
this
channel
episode.
is gone for hate speech.
Wait, it's not hate speech. They're Africans. No one cares.
Nova says
So anyway,
it's like the Vietnam of Africa.
Listen, it's like this. When I was in the military, we were on assignment in the military, and I had an experience. We'll just say that. But since we're live, if we were not on camera, I would share the information. But no, we're on camera. I had an experience there that lasted several days. Well, for the better part of a week, and because of that, no, thank you. I won't be going back. And part of the reason why is because I got bounty posters of me over there and shit. So
you projecting right now? Okay.
No. Here's the thing. No, look. We're like, listen. How did they even get pictures of us? Like, we don't even know. Like, we were there doing work, okay, in the army. So, yeah, nah, fuck that place. Those people are crazy. Africans are crazy, and I said this to Africans.
He's projecting right now. This is all.
No. I've said this to Africans, and then like here in the StreamYard, we're in the back chat on the StreamYard. A couple of them, two of them asked me, "Why do you say that about Africans?" And I explained it to them. They're like, "Oh, well, we understand." Like they totally understood. Like they totally understood. I was like, "See, so that's why I say that." I'm not going back. You guys fight way too hard for no fucking reason. Like you have no reason to fight this hard, dude. Stop. like I've never of all the gunfights I've been in, fellas. I've never. Those jokers literally fought until they won. Like they had no hope. There was no chance that you get this. None. It was like a zombie horde. No, thank you. I'm not. I'll talk to you about y'all like one-on-one about that.
I'm like Mandrill is traumatized, and that's why he said footnote.
If anything traumatized me, Bree, it would be that experience. That was fucked up. I think it was magic.
Yeah.
With voodoo or something involved. Because that's not real. That's not real. They were doing shit that wasn't human. like nah.
They do be on their spirituality shit over there, and they like super connected to it because they've been on it. So that's one thing I will say. If
anybody actually got a connection to the ancestors, it would be them.
Yeah. Oh, that stuff over there, like I do, and I know how y'all feel about spirituality shit. So whatever. I'm not gonna go into it. I'm still beefing with Yellow low key, so it's fine. Hey, I'm not going into that. No, I'm not.
Oh, boo.
I'm kind of actually still mad at him about that Christmas party scenario, and about him acting like. What'd you say?
I said the drop kick. You mad about the drop kick?
No, about him the chest bump.
Oh, he said he wanted the drop kick. He give you the signal. You got to come and drop kick.
I thought he
said. Okay, let's be reasonable. Right. Chest bump.
Because you wasn't.
And chest bump at least.
If
I need you to come over there and Superman punch her.
Yellow, why don't you reiterate this stupid ass scenario so Kai and Mandrill can hear it, please?
And after this, I'm gonna listen to this, but after this one, I got to get my stuff started. I just wanted to, touch base. But go ahead, Yellow.
Appreciate you.
All right, I'm trying to keep it short. So, say y'all at the Christmas party, right? And then I'm gonna try to use as much of the example as we came up with through this scenario, right? You're at the Christmas party, and this chick that's constantly been kind of flirting with you and fucking with you at work come up and just start getting handsy. We'll call it handsy. Start getting handsy with you, right? You kind of in a position where you can't get away, but you freeze up, right? Let's just say you freeze up. You look over to your girl and be like, hey, help. I say, come over here and come check this chick. Get this motherfucker up off me. If I get up off me, I don't know what's going to happen.
Do I agree with that scenario? Is that what you're saying?
I mean,
mind you, this lady, you leaving out something. Hold on. She done had a few drinks because it's open bar. And she's, you know, the people who they talk and they like hit you on the shoulder or hang on your arm a little bit too much. But she's not assaulting you. She's not assaulting you. She's not squeezing nothing. She just like on your shoulder, like, you know all this.
But you know. That shoulder hurt right now, but you know what time it is.
So I mean, go ahead. So go ahead. No, is there more?
Yeah, I know. He was just saying, like, you went to get a drink. She's kind of doing that. Your wife's, like, at the table still. You look at her, and then, like, what would you... He expect her to come over. So, that was kind of...
Right. My expectation was, you know what I mean? If I gotta look over to you, hey, you gotta come over and, like, chest bump this bitch or something. Get up off You know what I'm saying? Now, if it's been to the, I did say though, if it's been to the point to where she just been like touching on me at work and you know what I'm saying, being that type of way all the time, and I look at you, I really want you to just come over and clean our ass one time. I'll find another job.
It had to be some stuff before I like put my girl in an altercation, like in a sense of, you know, like if I go out to the club or to the bar and I'm by myself, I expect myself to handle in that situation. And I know well enough, like if I got a girl that's grabbing all up on me, right? And I've actually had this happen while I've had girls like with me and stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? I just excuse myself. I'd be like, yo, shorty, you know what I mean? But I'm here with old girl over here. Or I just be like, I'm here with my girl. Like, have a nice night. Do your thing. Like, and I'm gonna keep it pushing. Like, I don't gotta. What I gotta add a whole extra layer of drama in there for my girl. Like, you know what I mean? Just so she can start wilding out. Like, no. Like, you can get out of this situation. You smart. You know what I mean? You grown. Like, you leave. So. Like, I'm not. Listen. I ran up on dudes. You know what I mean? For like talking to my girl because I was on some extra shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, and like, and when I'm, what I know now is like I could have lost my life over some dumb shit like that. Like I'm really in the city, so like, you know what I mean? Some people really gonna like wow out on me or some shit. So no, when you can use your brain, avoid the situation, keep it pushing.
All right.
Thank you for that.
Hold on. No, ain't no thank you for that. Because see, the logic don't work the same, because they said if you was at the restaurant and it was you and your girl and they get the order wrong or they mess up the order or they give you a hard time, then it's perfectly suitable to sick your wife on the goddamn manager of the restaurant.
different scenario though.
I get y'all full of shit.
See?
Y'all full of shit. Y'all full of shit.
No, and this actually listen. I work in retail, bro.
I love it.
I work in retail, bro. So there's always the spouse who's like that, you know, the talker. And unfortunately, when you work in service, retail, you know what I mean, any form of stuff like that, you know people gonna talk shit, and they expect you to do a whole lot of nothing. I work at a store on, I call it Woodland Avenue, and everybody on that block, I call them woodland creatures, right? Because it's really a zoo out here for real. And I've had situations where I started getting bucked with a customer because I'm like, yo, you're not gonna talk to me no type of way, and they like, whoa, immediately go into let me speak to the manager mode. You know what I mean? Like the expectation of somebody who's in service, you feel entitled to get bucked on them. You feel entitled to say whatever you want to say to them. Versus if I'm in the club, the bar, or with some random person, it's a totally different scenario, especially depending on where you at. You know what I mean?
It's not worth it, Yellow. See, that's what everybody's telling you.
See, it's little loopholes in there, right? Because their reasoning was, as a black man, I would risk going to jail if I say something at the restaurant. So it's on her, but she can do that because she's safe, or it just might be a little more acceptable. And I'm like, okay, if you can apply that same logic to why I shouldn't go off in the restaurant, why wouldn't you apply that same logic to why I shouldn't physically remove this chick off me and at this company party? What about the
company party?
Idea?
Yeah, it was a company party, party.
No, company party. You definitely got to use your brain, bro. Your boss is there.
Come on, man. We can go get.
You could lose your job.
We can go get another job, man.
But we were in the area. We was like, this your 6-figure income. This your job. Like, you finna be here. This is the job. Christmas party.
I got 6-figure skills. I go get another.
Can you? Cause
how many opportunities do you really have to do that before it becomes a problem, right?
I mean, once, but this once might be right now.
He's talking about, I'll get another 6-figure job.
I mean, hopefully if I got a 6-figure, hopefully, you know, in this scenario, hopefully you would have a 6-figure skill that's transferable to multiple jobs.
I mean, possibly, but I mean, you can also tarnish yourself. You can also tarnish yourself in the industry though too, because you gonna go to the interview like, oh, you the guy that was at Cutco's company party and was out here doing all types of hooliganry.
If he got that hood booger wife, he can't take nowhere. We can't hire you. Your wife a hood booger. She be fighting everybody that say something to you at the Christmas party.
Not if I go find a female CEO.
Yeah, no, but that's a throwback right there.
Classic American job. So yeah, Yellow. Now you was really like, I don't know, somehow.
I mean, there was other shit that went into that, but I mean, it was a good conversation.
And that's really a young man's game for real, getting all bucked with people like that. Like post 28, bro. I ain't trying to run with nobody for real. Like I ain't even trying to put myself in a situation to run with nobody for real. Like I didn't been in enough fights. I'm cool.
We just finished talking about bail money and cash bail. I'm not gonna go to jail for no lady touching you in no party.
That's true, but you will still get fucked up.
Look, these. I'm putting these away.
Putting those away.
God, but we got to the bottom of it at the minute. What he wanted was to feel protected.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey man, hold on. Because trust me, it went off into some whole other shit. Because if we wanna talk about who's saying some crazy shit, Bree was talking about if you want to explore that level of if you want to explore that level of gender
If you want to explore,
in the bedroom.
If you want to explore, the bedroom is a safe space. If you have a safe partner to explore subversions of who is dominant and who is not, and you can feel how you want to feel about it. But that is, if you have a safe partner, a safe space that she can be the dominant one, you can be the dominant one. If that at the Christmas party for the company is not the place to play around with it. Okay, that was just one suggestion.
At some point, bro, me and you, we gotta have a one-on-one. Like we gotta talk to Yellow. We gotta do it. No, because I'm like, you interest me, bro. Like you really do. Because I need to know the journey on how we got to Yellow Pill as he stands today. Because like I could make a whole bunch of inferences and say this, that, and the third, and just say you're part of the He-Man Woman Haters Club. But I feel like there's something there. I think there's something we can really pull out and juice that shit for some good content, man. I really do. You are an interesting dude. Just persona alone.
I wouldn't say He-Man Woman Haters. I got application pending, but I wouldn't.
I think you in there, bro.
I'm in.
I think you in there. No. My husband called you the He-Man Woman Hater Club.
That's all right. I'm more like the female accountability police.
No, but he like watching you rant though. Like everybody, he loves it. He loves watching you rant. But he's like that man in the He-Man Woman Hater Club.
That's pretty much it. Y'all wouldn't believe how much I love women.
Thank you.
Y'all wouldn't believe it,
man. Thank you.
Y'all wouldn't believe it.
Thank you. What?
It's the truth. We're only angry because we care so much.
Man, I swear to God.
That's it.
That sounds like I love too hard.
Hey.
No.
If it's true.
Yeah, it sounds like I love too hard.
My ultimate issue is this. My ultimate issue is this. This is an old school. And we can talk about what got me here to this point. But my ultimate thing is this. Like I said, I play the fool, but you're not finna tell me I'm playing the fool.
What you said I'm play out. Yeah, I saw that. I was laughing. You said I'm gonna play the fool, but you can't tell me I'm playing the fool.
Yeah, you're not finna remind me I'm playing the fool.
Okay, so that's your man way of saying I'm crazy, but you can't call me crazy.
That's a delusion.
I go along to get along. That's what I'm saying. I play the fool. All right. You wanna be in your delusion? All right, we'll sit here and fucking. And all right, I'll sit here and do the motherfucking puppet shit for a little bit. Cool. There ain't no strings on me looking at shit.
Here's
so
my.
You try to pull me though, or like remind me I'm a puppet. Hey, bitch, come on, slow down.
Yeah.
Remember, right? I agreed to be the puppet. It's my own little way of it.
Yeah. Here's my pushback on you and Rashawn. First, let me explain my worldview on a lot of different things. I'm kind of a centrist by nature, so a lot of the times, and it comes off as a little cynical. So I always usually come off sounding pretty much counter to anyone that I'm standing next to, because I always can kind of empathize with the other side to a certain degree, right? You literally want to drone strike centrist? Thank you, I appreciate that. But my pushback for you and Rashawn is I never feel like I hear a level of constructive criticism when it comes to women. Even when I was listening to the WandaVision breakdown, I felt like sometimes I would hear you go leaps and bounds to get to a point where Wanda being a woman was essentially the problem. When some issues she may have had are universal. I'm not knocking you for it, whatever you believe. I just see it, it's almost like you got to connect extra dots just to get back to your point. I'm always curious about that. Is how does it always ping back to that versus saying let me looking at this from a perspective how it affects me and how I can grow as a human being. You know what I mean? Like how and how can we grow together? I never hear that. Okay, here's where it all comes together. This is where peanut butter meets jelly. You know what I mean?
It's always and I can get that, and I probably can tell you exactly right now why you probably wouldn't get that from me. I don't give a fuck about that shit. And it sounds bad. And it sounds bad because I really don't. You know what I'm saying? It's like if I had to really put my finger on it, because part of it is the content. You know what I'm saying? So that's me putting my little swirl on it. Maybe y'all got to be a little misogynist today, right? But I mean, look, I look at it like this, man. We've had enough time to consume enough niggas ain't shit.
Fair.
We know that. Me, you, Arshawn, Bree, and Mandrell can sit up and spend another 3 hours and 11 minutes dragging me with no problem. We can run down all their problems. Guess what? Ain't nobody had enough fun on no platforms dragging women. They been had enough fun. We finna get our motherfucking turn too, goddammit. Y'all get to be delusional and shit up here. Y'all want to say the crazy shit. I want to say crazy shit too. I'ma blame them for shit that they ain't never thought they can get blamed for.
So do you feel as though that you are intentionally standing on one side of the scale to bring balance?
Nope. I'm not standing on one side of the scale. If anything, I'm trying to reach both sides of the motherfuckers and put them even. If you want to look at it, you know what I'm saying? Because I see the balance. Like it's weird to hear what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? That it's weird to hear what people saying and decipher it from like, oh man, he just be hating on women, as opposed to him actually having an opinion, right? That's why I say I don't want to see nobody fail. I want women to have what they want. My thing, I really be seeing is like, why do y'all existence suck already? Don't call it what it is. As women, y'all existence suck.
In terms of
it's shit from having to deal with men, to periods, to kids, to expectations, to body pressures, to fucking general safety issues. You know how many times Brie be telling us like how she just don't generally feel safe outside? That's most women's experience, right? I know they got it. For shit, right? I make it hard.
So what do you define, right, as your role in a relationship? And also I'm gonna double up on that. What do you are you currently in a relationship / when was your last relationship, and what do you define like, okay, this is what it means to be a man in a relationship? Do you look for the more traditional values? Do you look to be the provider? And you know, and the I'm not gonna put words in your mouth. I want to hear it from you.
Okay. For the sake of the conversation, I'll just define what I would look at as an ideal relationship. Right. So I understand that most relationships now come with a balance. I don't expect to be the alpha male, control the whole situation. Like I said, I would sit back and let you try the ship. Fuck it. I don't have to sit here and control every decision. As long as you understand that your seat at the table is next to my seat at the table. You know what I'm saying? Or across from my seat at the table. Not at the head of the table. It ain't gotta be no head of the table. Like business can be done across the table. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand the type of women we dealing with, bro. Like a lot of these concepts that women be talking about works for the younger women, and this is what they be talking about, right? A lot of that shit work for younger women who looking for men in a certain caliber. I know that I ain't got the patience to deal with none of these young girls, right? So I know the type of woman I'm going to get. She gonna be like 33 to like 42, right?
And those type of women usually fall into, I would say they're kind of 1 foot in the modern and 1 foot in the.
They've been through some shit. All of them.
Yeah.
All of them from that they've been through some shit. So I'm cool with all that, right? I'm cool with all that.
My bad. I mean, I wanted to ask only because I kind of wanted to get your ideology on where it fell in terms of relationships. You know what I mean? Rashawn, you got anything? I know you just unmuted. You got anything to add?
Oh no! I was gonna let you ask him, man, because I don't think you were in. Actually, I know you threw me in there, but I don't think that was actually directed towards me. I know me and his talking points have been vastly dissimilar. But yeah. I mean, but as far as misogyny, I'm a full misogynist. I'm a full misandrist too. I hate everybody, but I'm balanced. I hate everybody. I think everybody's trash.
That you might be right, Bree. I might be the I love too hard person. That's why I don't look at it as an excuse.
That's why you hate them.
Yeah.
Cause you the same.
Because I know they full of shit.
No, it's because you the same.
No, because women don't love.
You hate like the most of other people what you do yourself.
Because women don't love like me.
Yeah, he's that guy.
That's a broad statement, but all right.
I mean, most people can't stand the thing in themselves, like think other
about,
people that they
okay,
do.
I don't want to be like that, but think about like the most influential man in your life, and think about the most influential woman in your life, and think about how many times they've used the word love.
Mm-hmm.
It's not much. A woman would be like, "I love this shoe. I love this." It's a lot of times it's just a word because it comes and goes. Typically, a man will put his investment into something he say he love for a lifetime.
I mean, that may be your experience, but I can't agree with that.
Yeah,
I think for us, love has a lot of different meanings depending on which type we're talking about. I think we use it in more broad ways because, like, women will be like, "Oh, this is cute. I love this. I love that." You know, as consumers and people who like beautiful things. But when we say it to our partners, we're not saying it like, "I love you" like a shoe. So, like, we know that there's nuance there. So to hold us to that, like, it's kind of not fair because that's not how we use language. I mean, we may not use language the same. I can agree with you. But just because we use language differently doesn't negate that when we say it, we mean it.
I think that in 2022, words don't mean as much as they used to. Like I think in general, I think people use things and we're so hyper emotional as a people, and there's so many of us. I think that we have this kind of feeling of shouting into the void, trying to find someone that's going to love us because, you know, with the population as it stands right now, we're just all fucking little tiny little tunas in the sea. And as the world gets more connected and bigger, I think that we feel like we just have to shout out more and more. Look at Twitch as a prime example, right? The verbiage that I've seen used on Twitch for people and their followers are words that you would really reserve for completely different people, right? Like family, love, care. How many times have you been to somebody's stream? It's like, "Oh man, I love you, man, blah, blah, blah. Oh man, yo, that's my best friend. That's da 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 da." You don't even know these people like that for real. You throw these words around like it's nothing. And the same thing applies for relationships. Where we get into these situations, we feel as though we have to emotionally dump on this person so early, and we don't even understand the concept of what that is. I was telling girls I loved them before I knew what love was. You know what I mean? Like, and I had to go on that journey and find out what that word meant to me, what love and duty and how that connected, what love and emotional expression meant, and how that connected with love and my own logic and how they intertwine. I had to learn all these things on my own. You know what I mean? And so I think that, one, I don't hold people accountable what they say before 25. For real. You don't know shit yet. You know what I mean? Like, we are, especially in 2022, trying to figure out what the fuck this shit means. Everybody. And by the time we hit 28, everybody kind of starts to learn what that looks like.
As the woman on the panel, I'm just listening. It's my new thing, Rashawn Hayes. I'm just listening.
What up, Six Boss and Anthony? Appreciate y'all both for pulling through.
Love looks like I'm ridiculous because I just as my stance is y'all some haters. The confirmation bias,
There's some of that. I agree. I mean, I agree with everybody. What everybody said to a point. Like I'm with Kai. We don't know what love is, and we use it wrong. I agree with both Yella and Bree on the usage of the word too. That men and women do use. They mean something different when they say love. But I agree with what Bree said because specifically we can't. It's unfair to hold women to the same standard of love. The usage of the word when there's men. We know, like Kai said, he was saying it before he even knew what it meant. There's a weight to using the word love with women that is not the same with men. So a lot of us are super aware that if we're using love with the woman that we're interested in, what that means to her. And how soon we can say it, how long we got to withhold it. We know that there's a value just to saying I love you that is different, that we just don't care the same way about that. I think we can all agree on that. If we can't, cool, we can argue about it. But I think we all know that we better not say it too soon, and we better not withhold it too long, because sometimes she just needs to hear the words. Even if we don't feel like that, for the continuation of a thing, they have some kind of level of need or necessity to hear those words because they've been taught or groomed that they need to hear it. That's the validation of the relationship or the connection. So if that's the case, we can't put that standard on them to mean exactly the same thing we do. But I agree with Yella. If a man actually does get to the point where he truly feels like he cares about you, it's a different thing than the way when women say it, because women are groomed to say it so freely and loosely that everything can be love. But if a man actually means it, it's not conditional. When a woman says it and means it, it's still a lot of times very conditional. A lot of times. But I still think if somebody truly means it, I think it's going to be the same thing. I think when both people are truly invested, I think it's equal. But I think it's harder to assess if a woman is truly invested because there's more nuance. Just like in the language, there's more nuance in a woman's emotionality, just like there is in her language, than there is for men. Man, it's like on, off, pass, fail, hot, cold. But a woman, y'all got all these degrees of love. And how would we know? How would we possibly know when y'all are actually tapped in? How could we? A lot of times y'all don't.
I think the thing that's passed on to men in terms of how relationships go really isn't love, like unconditional love. It's more like duty.
It's duty for y'all. It's not.
It's more like duty. It's like it's a job. You know what I mean? And I'm not to say that makes it any more or less valuable, you know what I mean, than unconditional love. But over a lifelong period with a partner, there is no such thing as unconditional love. Man, you were gonna go. Yo, he going in on you, bro. But you are going to fall in and out of like with a person. You are gonna stop feeling like you want to do stuff. You're gonna get angry. You're gonna expect things. This is just what's gonna happen over the course of time. You know what I mean? But when we talk about duty, that's something that's like, okay, no matter what happens, I'm gonna make sure that this house is taken care of. I'm gonna make sure my wife feels protected and safe. And even if we fighting, I'm gonna make sure that she knows that I'm still there for her, right? And we all fall short, but that's I wouldn't call that unconditional love. That's just duty. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
women have their duties too. You know what I mean? Miss, I'm gonna stick beside them. You know what I mean? It's a real thing. Like
I really think I get you, man. But I just want to clarify, man. I really think when I say unconditional love, I mean unconditional love. For me, it's clarified. I don't mean duty. I would have used duty if I meant duty. For me, when I say unconditional love, that's exactly what I meant.
I'm gonna agree to disagree. I think there is no such thing as a 40 to 60 year unconditional love. Trust me, it's gonna drop at some point. You know what I mean? Like it could be just somebody starts slacking off and not doing what you want them to do. You know what I mean? Like it's impossible. You can go ahead.
I don't know. I think for me, the love is constant. I think the two things in marriage is the time and the love. Like time and love for me aren't even good measures of a marriage to some degree, because like I love my husband, even when we beefing, even when he annoyed me. Like I love him, right? So like love and time to me are not good measures of the health of a relationship for that reason, because I think duty's more important. Like you said, like I rather like his duty needs to be up there, because he can love. I don't think, like, unfortunately, I don't think the reason women be like love don't mean much of anything, like it's not a big deal to me, is because people love people and do fucked up shit anyway. All the time. Parents love their kids and do wrong by their kids every fucking day. Like people love people and still don't do right by them. So that's why love itself is not like this big thing. Duty is important, responsibility, like all of those things. Like, so if love and duty is the same for you, like that's good, because I need duty to be there. Just love by itself with no duty doesn't benefit me. It's actually not safe for me. And that's kind of why for women, love just alone, like the word love is like, that's great. That's also why, like, when you say like we just want to hear it, when a man says I love you, especially with like early on, like it doesn't really, like, it's not this big thing because we're not married, we're not this. It doesn't mean you have any special duty to me now, besides if we're in a relationship, don't cheat on me. But even that's not specific to love itself. It's more specific to what y'all agree upon in the relationship, as far as, are we open, are we closed, that's more commitment and duty still itself. So like just the feeling of I love this person doesn't really, like, it's great, love has to be there, but after that it's like love isn't.
Yeah, that's why I never say, I'm just clarifying, I know I didn't say love was enough. I just believe that they're separate. Because why would you be duty bound to anybody? Like, why would you, like, why wouldn't we just be, like, I don't understand how could unconditional love be duty? Because then we could all just be duty bound to somebody. Like that there's no relevance to duty without something else. Right. Like otherwise we would all just we could just flip a coin, and the first person to walk past us, we can just say I'm gonna be duty bound to you. And that's unconditional love. Like, so I mean that's a bad fit as far as words.
They are within the same Venn diagram, right? Like lines
for relationship.
Cross.
Yeah, in a relationship, love and duty. Like,
love and duty should both be present in a relationship. Yeah. I couldn't accept that they're the same.
But that's why I'm a high nigga explaining this shit right here. So basically, what you're saying is that you can only love somebody if they doing shit for you?
No, it's just that love itself doesn't guarantee any of that other stuff. So when you say, like, for women, it's not like, it's not love, you loving me, it still doesn't guarantee I'm secure, I'm safe, like none of that. So it doesn't have, just love isn't enough in some ways. So basically you're saying just there's no such thing as unconditional love. I've said that I don't believe in unconditional love. That being said, like in if you're talking about in a relationship, I don't believe it's unconditional love, because like now I know Rashawn's established that even if you break up, the relationship is over, but the love will still be there. Like you can love that person and say I can't be with them, and I kind of do agree with that. So with the way Rashawn is saying it, yes. But the way most people say, no, I will not stay in a marriage with somebody just because I love them if it's not safe. If it's like, if me isn't like, I'm the puller in a relationship, or the pusher. I need a sense of myself at all times for my own mental stability and safety, which also helps my partner. So if any point any of those things are in jeopardy, or he's just doing me, I will not stay married. There is no guarantee. Me and my husband say the same thing. there's no guarantee that I will stay with you if you're not choosing me every day, if you're not showing up every day, if you're not making effort. We don't feel that way about marriage.
Yeah, let somebody start falling off for real, or how they used to be, and then tell me that love is unconditional. And I want to say something. Six boss, I feel you. And if that's what you feel as though you have, you know what I mean? More power to you. I ain't gonna take nothing away from you. I feel, this is my opinion, that there is no such thing as unconditional anything. Because push to extremes, man, we'll pull away in a heartbeat. Let somebody unconditional means there is no condition. Nothing that this person can say or do that will make you stop loving them. And I'll give you an easy condition. I won't even have to go to cheating. Just time. If you spend time apart with somebody, whether it be you got divorced, whether it be you separated, whether it be they're just away on some other shit, time can destroy what love you have for somebody. Time apart. Yeah. Unconditional love don't usually make it 10 years in prison, dog. I promise you.
Well, I have unconditional love for my children, but I think that the love like that will always be there is I love you as a person, like human respect love that I was telling Rashawn, like all people get a certain level of respect and I can love you as a person. My children truly have unconditional love for me, so that's why it's hard for me to say that in the relationship dynamic where both people have duties, roles, and responsibilities that we agreed upon, that I can really say unconditional love exists. Because the only people I have unconditional love for, I know for a fact on this earth, is my kids. Like nothing, never. Like I will always.
And that always to me has been the great equalizer to unconditional love, is a mother's love for a child. This has been written about in folklore, you know what I mean, for thousands of years. It's one of the things that we still do believe to this day, albeit yes, there are exceptions to the rule, right? But when we think about unconditional love, there is no greater example of that in human history than a mother and their child. But when it comes to a relationship, nah.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I just can't. Only because I'm holding it up to that same. Like, could I truly, if somebody start rambling out, could he do this? Could he do that? Because I think when we talk about love in the sense of relationship, it's like the love is the like even when Kai's talking, it's like love has to be there for the relationship to continue or exist, is what it kind of sounds like. I think love can be there in spite either way. So I guess like Rashawn is saying, like it is, but I know how most people use love when they're talking about their partner, and it's like not so in that way.
Let's clarify, like show of hands. Like, is love necessary to maintain a relationship?
Yes.
If it's a yes, raise your hand. I would disagree. So y'all two think love is necessary to maintain a relationship?
I didn't raise my hand, so no.
Okay, so that's two. Okay. So now can you have a relationship that is solely built on love? So you don't have duty, but it's just love.
There's a raise a hand.
Go ahead,
okay. So there are examples.
Oh wait, hold on. Raise your hands first.
Like a quick one, not the explanation. I just want to see where we are, because how do we mean love? Because Bree was asking a question and Kai didn't respond, so I want to know where are we on the love and duty and relationship? Like what's necessary in our conceptions for it to actually qualify as a relationship?
Repeat that second question again.
Yeah.
Like what? Let's get everybody's explanation real quick. What does unconditional love mean to you? What does a relationship mean to you? And what is love? Love, relationship, and unconditional love. Let's get a common definition or understanding.
Okay.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. No more. That is probably I know you want a quick answer to that, but that's probably one of the most loaded questions.
See, this is becoming clear.
Okay, so I think that
it's becoming clear.
Okay, because I think the first question you asked would probably be the better question for us to answer. Because two of us kind of agreed with it and two of us didn't. Like, is love necessary in a relationship?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
For it to continue, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't want y'all to get past that, because you have to understand that we've seen relationships and marriages end when duty upon duty was being handled.
Mm-hmm.
And that person still left because that person wasn't happy and it wasn't enough.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. So if love was there, that would prevent that from happening.
Not necessarily.
Yes, it would.
There are no guarantees.
Yeah, we've seen people who stick around or wait on men forever. You look at, I guess for the best example, you look at Monica and C. Murder. Mm-hmm. She went through husband, kids, divorce, everything. Mm-hmm. She's like, you gonna be in jail, but I'm gonna be busy while you in it. Just to let you know. He's like, live your life. Just know, as soon as I start to get ready to get out, you best start to be ready to get with me. And that's what she did. About 3 years before he got out of jail, she cleared all her affairs. Divorce was cleared out, all that shit. When she got out there, motherfucker, she was waiting with open arms. The kid was grown, they can start their whole life together. It's women that wait through that. It's men that love, man. It's men that love women and will give them anything, bro. And they ain't loved back.
Rashawn, can you give me those? Oh, my bad, y'all.
Yeah, well, I mean,
or just put one of them up or something.
Yeah, I'll put them in the thing. Like, what is what we're using the terms. And like you said, the loaded term.
What is love is a loaded question. I'm not gonna be able to answer that. Like, I could say some shit and it wouldn't be half of my.
Oh, but let's think about then what we're saying. We're up here saying what unconditional love is with certainty. It doesn't exist and it does exist, but then we can't say what love is. So it's problematic to be anywhere in public and say, hey, there is no such thing as unconditional love, or there is a such thing as unconditional love. What is love? Man, we can't answer that question. That's problematic thinking. So we got to at least come up with something conceptual, or everything that we've been saying up until now. You know what I'm saying? Is out there.
I mean, I have a pretty short definition for it. So for me, love is taking an active investment in the well-being and progression and course of someone's life. That is what love means to me. That's the definition I've always said, and that holds true to everybody I love. So that's my definition of love.
The dictionary definition of love, there's a couple of them here, is an intense feeling of deep connection, a deep affection, a great interest and pleasure in something, to feel deep affection for, or to like or enjoy very much. So I guess the two that we're looking at in the noun form would be an intense or a deep affection, and the verb form would be to feel a deep affection for someone, right? And then if I had to throw my own spin on it, I would say love. Actually, I'm gonna just steal it from fucking Rick. Love is the chemical reaction that compels human beings to breed, right? Like, I look at it more in the sense of love is kind of like your spackle, right? And it takes many forms that guide you through relationships and help you. You know, it's whatever you need it to be at the time. Love is waking up in the morning, looking at your partner and thinking she's the most beautiful thing in the world. Love is when you don't want to go take out the trash at 2:30 in the morning, but you're going to do it anyway. Love is getting up and making sure that the kids are ready so you know your husband get a couple extra hours of sleep. There's a lot of things that love are, there's a lot of things that love is. So when you were like define it, I'm like, I get it. Unconditional love is a lot actually easier for me to define, which is, again, it is the fact that you there's nothing on the planet that this thing can do to you to make you stop loving it. And I think a lot of people who say that, I'm not calling no names and saying, are capping. Trust me. I'm not trying to go all dark with it, but if I offed your whole family, you know what I mean? Like, you gonna feel differently. I know I'm going to extremes, but extremes happen every day. And it don't take us to get to those extremes to get to that point. Period. You know what I mean?
I hear what you're saying. I mean, I still disagree, but I understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. How you disagree?
What about you, Rick?
Yeah, I mean, mine is the active. So for me, I don't really, I don't connect. I do want to say I don't connect to the feeling definition as a woman. I do not connect and think it's safe to connect to the feeling definition of love because I go through so many feelings and emotions in a month, in a day, in a week. So love can feel fleeting as a woman. Like love, if he annoys me enough, if I had just had a baby, love can feel like it's not there. So that's why I don't connect to those definitions, because I think they're like you said, it's not tangible. It's hard to get a hold on. It can be toxic. Like when you don't have those other ones can be toxic. Which is why for me, love is not the be all reason. Like if you go with the feeling definition to be with somebody, because people love people and do fucked up stuff, and they truly love that person. They truly did. They loved them in the capacity they could, but it doesn't mean that they didn't love that person. So like that's why for me, saying you love somebody doesn't actually mean anything if we're talking about those feeling definitions. So that's why for me, the definition is an active thing. It's an active interest, investment in another person with nothing. Like it doesn't require them giving you anything back, like to love them. Usually they do, because you get something from the relationship, but it's like it's me. It's like altruistic or whatever, if you want to say. Like I'm invested in you. Like where you are today, I'm invested in you. So I don't really connect with the feelings in a fiction thing.
I hear you. I do believe. I know Yellow's down. I'm not sure if he just stepped away or just went off cam. I do believe in love, but I think it's more complicated than we understand. I think there's like as beings, as humans. That's why I know Hanifa didn't like my spirit answer that one day. Like we're spirits. Whatever we are, the essence of us exists in three states. We've got the mental, we've got the emotional, and we've got the physical. Love exists in all three of those phases. There's a mental love where you think about a person. There is a feeling love. There are like the eros, the romance, the ludus, the playfulness. There's a feeling love. There's also physical love. There's touch, like the love language is touch, intimacy, like some of that stuff. There are connections, there are chemicals, there are thoughts, there are feelings, there are actions. There's the pragma, like when I went into the Greek, there is a duty. There are so many components that can be a part of love that our simple language doesn't do it justice. So, and I also separated love from the relationship, because all of that stuff can still be present and you may not be safe to relate to the person. There are some people who really deeply have an abiding and enduring love of somebody that traumatized them and harmed them. They'll never stop loving them and wanting the best for them. They just know it's not safe because they have to love themselves more and love themselves first. Because you can't give any love if you love yourself so little that you allow somebody to take you off this planet. So love is so complicated. That's what I was trying to get to. Was like, I want us to understand that we speak very certainly when we speak about love, but it's really hard to pin down what love is. So even when we say like even unconditional, like man, there's no such thing as unconditional love. Well, what would love mean? Like it can be love without condition. And just like it is easy to say condition and unconditioned. That is easier to say, but then we still got to handle the love part. What does love mean? What does love mean to a person? And like Yellow was throwing out like a bunch of hypotheticals. Yes, somebody, you might be dutiful to somebody and you might love them and they still might leave because they're not sexually satisfied. So if you're not handling as many zones of love as the person requires to continue the relationship, they still may end the relationship. So there's a whole lot of different dynamics to it, and it's not simple, but we talk about it simply sometimes.
And also, like, safety isn't a prerequisite of love. Security and duty are not prerequisites of love. Love is, and I know Bree doesn't agree with this one, but like, love is more than intangible feeling. I'm gonna get into this little philosophy that I believed in ever since I took a really good acid trip. If you've not taken acid, please do. It's great. But I believe, and this isn't a theory that I came up with, but that like we are all essentially the same being, you know what I mean, or the same entity that's just constantly refracted upon itself in order to I don't know, to prove our own existence to ourselves. So at the end of the day, I believe that in this journey of existence, that we are all going to be each other at some point. We are all going to live 1,000 trillion million lives. Not to get that deep into it, and I do have a point that I'm getting to, which is the fact that what love really is that binding that kind of pulls us all together. It's that commonality that says, oh, there's something beautiful within a human being, or a dog, or a cat, or, you know, whatever the case may be. There's something beautiful within every piece of existence. There's this. Did anybody here see All-Star Superman?
I'm sure I did, but it's been a few years.
All-Star Superman at the
Hold on, we gotta say it.
I love hair.
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 Like All-Star Superman, at the end of it, Lex Luthor has essentially stolen all of Superman's powers, right? You know, everybody knows Lex Luthor, evil guy, you know what I mean, trying to take over the world, all this other crazy shit. But when he achieves Superman's powers, he's able to think at you know, like 100 years in a millisecond. He's able to see things on a microscopic level that he's never seen before. And he realizes, is like, holy shit, we really are all that we have. And he understood in that moment Superman's unconditional love for existence in humanity. Yeah, I pretty much am a neo-Buddhist. Like, but how I'm wrapping that back around, what I'm saying is that form of love that we have, I think, exists in all of us, and that is truly unconditional. But as far as what we are able to grasp as human beings and what we are able to understand, we don't reach that level of capability. We won't.
What the funk you walking into? What's up, bro?
Yeah, we'll never reach that level of unconditionality because we think too selfishly. Period. Like, I haven't met a human being on this planet who is that altruistic.
Gotta meet more people, bro.
You have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you do know that there's whole swaths of employment, like, where people like lay their lives down for like others, like almost as a profession. I know they get paid to do it, but like that's still putting your life out there. Like, it's really deep.
I was in one of those professions, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, how could you not think that anybody could, like, on a spectrum of existence, there couldn't be somebody. If there's somebody that's completely and totally depraved and selfish, then the opposite would also have to be true.
Because it's I don't think there is anyone who is completely, totally depraved and helpless or selfish. I don't believe that.
Okay. Hey.
I don't like, if, as crazy as Donald Trump is, do I think he is an absolute evil in this world? No. As crazy as Hitler was, do I believe he was an absolute irredeemable, like there's nothing that he could have done? No. While they might be far on one side, right? There is still good that exists inside them regardless. And the same thing for Mother Teresa. And Martin Luther King was out here cheating. And whoever else you want to name that is completely all, like, that we think is altruistic. You know what I mean? We all got selfishness. I was actually gonna write a book on this, but I got lazy. These toddlers are demons out here.
Nah, I hear you. I'm not saying this normal, typical. There's even a quantifiable number of them. I'm just saying I believe that everything exists on a spectrum. I believe that everything exists on a spectrum. Like there's a distribution pattern. Like the 10th on the extremes, and then most people bulk up in the middle. I believe that of almost everything. In intellect, physicality, altruism, or emotionality, all of that stuff. I believe almost everything exists on a spectrum, just like color. You know what I'm saying? From one end of the spectrum to the other, even the ends that we can't even see into on a spiritual level. I believe there are things that we can't experience outside of our spectrum of reality. But on the scale of selfishness and selflessness, I do believe that there are people who skew so far to the selflessness, or maybe even through extreme practice, through extreme discipline, like monks. You can devote yourself and turn yourself over to a selfless state because you work and continually exert your intention towards selflessness. I think that's possible. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it's often. And in America, I don't think it's happening more than like 1 in 50 billion or something. I mean, for 50 million. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's not common. Our culture does not push towards it. But I know it has to exist on the realm of possibility.
The three examples that the three examples that we have of beings that were completely altruistic in nature are Jesus, Muhammad, as Nova Rain has said, and Buddha. Those are the three examples that we believe are truly altruistic. And all of those people are connected to God in some way, right? Everybody else, like the Bible says, for all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Even if you're not Christian, you can understand that thought process. Everyone sins. Everyone breaks character. Everyone will falter at some point. That is what it means to be human. As far to the spectrum as you may be, you are going to falter. And when we're talking about romantic love, that is selfish in nature. I want this person to myself. What? That in and of itself is selfish. So when we're talking about unconditional love in terms of romance, you already have lost the battle because you want this person all to yourself. For the most part, there are some people out here, you know what I mean?
I'm about to say there's an assumption though.
Well, that's why I was saying in the context of a relationship, I was defining it very clearly. I'm not talking about just like in a relationship, because relationships, there's duty, roles, responsibilities that come into play that you are held accountable for. Love is great, but I'm gonna need a little bit more. As
you
well.
Need more than that. That's what's
up. Love should drive you to do the things you should do in duty and responsibility. So in that way, it has to be there because it should be the driving force. But I think, you can go through phases where, depending on a person's definition of love, that they could say that maybe the love wasn't that good there or that great, and they still stay because of duty and responsibility. So that's why I didn't raise my hand for either one. Yeah, I didn't raise my hand for either one because I think they can exist separately. And sometimes they do. Yeah.
One of the key things that is said when after a breakup, after the dust is settled, one of the main words that is used to describe the person that they were recently with is sociopath.
I've never heard that. Was this like an article or something?
I've heard some of that, but not a lot. I've heard narcissist.
I've literally never.
Narcissist, sociopath. These are words that are thrown out to describe ex-lovers. There's been studies done on it. Look them up if you ever get a chance.
I can believe it.
But they are words that are used for people that have prescribed to unconditional love before, that now say that this person is a narcissistic / sociopath.
But do they still love them?
I don't know.
Well, if they still love him, then the love is still unconditional.
But see, here's the thing. Like I'm gonna push back on Kai because that's a little bit unfair too. We're assuming that because somebody said something that they were doing a thing. We've had this entire conversation, this entire day on this platform about people speaking things that they're not living up to. So self-professed lovers cannot be the metric that we go by as far as what qualifies. Because how many Christians do we know that don't uphold the virtues?
Right.
How many?
All of them.
How many African revolutionaries have overthrown white supremacy? How many of the people who say that they are for the children are actually for harming the children? Like how much? How many times? How many times do we need to see somebody's words not measuring up to their actions? So what I'm saying is, there are times when people's actions measure up, and then we proclaim them based upon their action. And maybe it's only Buddha, Muhammad, and Jesus. Maybe there's only 3. But there are people who come across a certain way, and then we call them, oh, I see what you are. You're different. You're not somebody that came in and called yourself a man or alpha. You're not somebody that came in and called yourself a feminine, soft girl. You didn't come in and label yourself. You proved your worth through your actions. We saw you, and now we see that you're altruistic. There have to be those examples because we see it in other domains. Like we see somebody who doesn't have to prove that they're the leader of the pack. They just show up, and then they take charge through their competence or something. We see a woman that truly comes in feminine, and she's the example of femininity that other people aspire to, but she doesn't have to put herself out there on a pedestal. So we see people who are at the forefront of something, intellectual, physical, or even somebody who's emotional. How did you survive that and keep your smile? How did you, the kids in trauma wards at hospitals, they are inspirations. How do you still smile with everything you're going through? People that are fighting cancer, how do you still keep a smile and be pleasant? So there are people who exemplify high ends of virtue, the same way people exemplify high ends of vice. So I'm saying I don't ever want to discount people, like even within in a relationship. I'm not saying it's likely. I'm not saying any of us have done it. I'm just saying I know it's possible. If you push yourself, you can get to an extreme level of almost anything that a person can touch. There are extreme athletes, there are extreme mathletes, knowledgeable people. Like everything can be done to an extreme. I guess I'm rejecting the idea of love is the one thing we can't do on an extreme level.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first from Rashawn. You can reach godlike levels of altruism simply by believing.
I don't even think you can't even count. You really can't even count him as altruistic. I don't think that definition.
Why Yellow changes picture?
Yeah, he on that other shit now. But I am curious to why Yellow was like, because he started the thought about how women and like, but we didn't get to finish the thought because we like veered off into love and all that. So I like was curious to know like where he was.
What was the question?
He's gonna say what he's about to.
Why Yellow hate women?
I was gonna figure out a way to get it back to the she hate me. You know what I'm saying? Would you say yes or no that men are expected to have unconditional love in relationships?
In general or in my life? Mandre, if you don't mute your motherfucking mic while you chewing. What's wrong with you? Who raised you? And you from the South?
A black woman.
And you from the South? Yeah,
with an F on it.
Come on.
The South with an F on it.
Andrew, I've been wanting to say that to you for like 3 minutes. I'm sorry. No, I don't think men are expected to love people unconditionally. That's for me. That's a me answer. So I'm just gonna answer for myself because I can only answer for myself.
I said in a relationship, like they woman.
No.
Expected to have, okay.
For me, I'm answering for me, not women's, because Rashawn and Odie was dragging us for answering for the group because we identify with. I can't answer for the group. I don't know. I think based off this conversation, it's gonna really depend on the person, though. Like what I'm hearing is it's just gonna depend on the parties entering into the relationship, what they think has to be present or how the person's supposed to love or what combination needs to be there. Like, so I don't think as an overarching group, I'm like, yeah, love people unconditionally, even if they treat you like shit. You ain't never gonna hear me say that. So no.
The answer for me is no. And I'm gonna answer your question with a question. Why do you think your girl sleeps with you so much?
Is it unconditional?
I mean, no. But I will answer your question to my question with another question. Do you think she would sleep with me if she didn't think I loved her? If she think I stopped loving her, do you think she would sleep with me? Because Bree has said it many times that a woman can just sit there and feel like the love is gone.
Yeah.
Kids going on, the marriage doing all this, so she can easily feel like you don't love her.
I would counter that with that's kind of a bit of a deflection.
Battleship.
Right. I would counter it with kind of a bit of a deflection.
Question, I'm getting lost.
Yeah.
Wait.
No, I'm not changing it. I'm going right back to where I was going. That's a bit of a deflection because my question was, why do you believe that your girl sleeps with you in response to you saying, because
she thinks I love her because I do stuff for her.
Nah, girls don't want to sleep with us that much, bro.
Well, that would be duty, but that would be more along the line of she's gonna do it whenever, even though she doesn't want to. That's duty, though.
A lot of the time, that's fear.
Now you moving the goalpost. Now you moving the goalpost. I'm not talking about why. Yeah. I'm not talking about why women sleep with dudes. Yeah, I would expect that my chick is sleeping with me because she loves me for the things that I do for her.
Yeah. Women are innately aware of the conditions upon which they will receive love, and
especially
a lot
of
them
is tied to duty.
And a lot of them
in love is I don't even know how y'all did
the same, like kind of shares a lot of the same Venn diagram.
It does, but a lot of them, I trust me, are sleeping more than they want to with men, not wanting to have sex, but knowing that their man wants to have sex because they understand the conditions that they have to fulfill in order to keep getting that love and live in fear of losing it because of that. So I wasn't answering your question with a question just to be like combative. I really wanted to know.
But you got to answer his now. Do you think men are expected to love unconditionally?
The answer is no.
You think no? Yeah.
The answer is that's in my question. No.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Unequivocally no.
Rashawn?
I think, again, this is another one of those nuanced things. We're talking about multiple populations of people. So, like, because people have different things that they're expert in, I'll say. Like, because I'm about to get too animated. Listen, I'll say it like this. I'm fat, right? I don't find being fat attractive. But I've had women that want to sleep with me, right? Like, I've had women that want to sleep with me. So it can't be like women don't want to sleep with you because I've had women want to sleep with me. I understand, Mandrill. And I'm not even, this ain't even the flex. I've had guys flirt with me. I don't like that. But I'm just saying, guys, so people will want to sleep with you.
They be throwing it at
It's not that they don't want to sleep with you. It's just people have a problem with doing it as a condition of the relationship. The same way men don't like having to pay as a condition of the relationship. Men and women both want to gift the thing that the other partner wants out of love. They don't want to do it. They don't want to be hostage to it. So yes, women do like and enjoy having sex the same way men do. Men like spending money on women the same way women want them to. But
we don't. No, we don't.
We do. Some of us do.
I'm about to say, ain't never been a day where I was like, it is a joy to just pull bread out of my pockets. Hell no.
Oh man, y'all
don't like spending money. Y'all better quit playing.
I don't like spending money on myself. Okay.
Well, okay. Let me rephrase. Let me reword.
I'd rather have money.
Let me reword.
Get the shit for free.
You want to do something for your woman, but through unfortunate circumstance, it costs money. Okay.
I go back to the Dave Chappelle half-baked date that he was on with that girl, where you know what I'm saying, where the dollar sign came up. and every time she bought something, it was like cha-ching, and then he robbed the boy, the blind boy.
But long answer short, yes, in some aspects, men are expected to love, because there's language for it. Take me as I am. That's one of them. I can't remember all the phrases, but there are phrases for you love all of me or none of me. Like you take me at my worst or you can't see me at my best. So there's language for loving me unconditionally. So it has to be a factor. It has to be real. Because women have espoused it, made phrases out of it, slogans, pillows, wall placards, songs. So it's a thing, but not for all women.
Not for 99.999.
Oh, you can't quantify that. Get out of here, Captain Cobb. Captain Cobb.
I stand on that.
Nah, because I disagree. Because if that 99.999% of you talking about, man left him because he said he don't love her no more because she gained some weight, motherfuckers would lose their shit.
Yeah.
Well, wait, Yellow, are we disagreeing or agreeing?
No. No.
And I would say it's even flipped.
Because I'm agreeing with you. I think that for women, I think for either, to be honest with you, there is no true sense of unconditional love. That is my stance.
But is it expected?
For both. Because that woman that was on Kendra or Kevin Samuels, that clown, because she was leaving her husband, but she stayed until he finished his fight with cancer, but she was looking for a new man. And they shamed her for wanting to leave. So if she was not expected to have unconditional love, why was everybody shaming her? Mm-hmm. We do have an expectation of people exhibiting unconditional love if they say they're in a loving relationship. We actually just do. But there's a part of us that, like Kai, are very pessimistic about unconditional love. So the second part of us is like, nah, but that shit ain't real.
That's not me being pessimistic. Like if like cheating is a thing, you know what I mean? Like that's a condition. You know what I mean? Like,
but not for everybody.
I'm not saying it is for everybody, but everybody has some kind of condition. That's not a crazy thing to say.
But I think you're using love. But hold on, I think you're using love and relationship the same, because like somebody might cheat on you and you may leave them. The relationship is not. The relationship is conditional. But if your girl cheat on you, you may still later on be like, she did me wrong. I still love her, but like I'm just not gonna be with her. So, but I think a lot of times when you say it, you're like using relationship and love in the same way, because the relationship may end, but you
because the love changes after the relationship is over. It does.
Well, the love doesn't grant you access to certain things.
Like
love don't guarantee you the person.
Yeah, right. I'm not saying it does, but it shifts. That type of love shifts. You have to move on. You have to get into a new relationship. You have to keep cruising.
So let me tailor my question a little bit, because I think everybody kind of agree and disagree. So like I think everybody's kind of 50-50 except for Cap. But it's like, okay, is a man required to have unconditional love to sustain the relationship?
No.
Like, is that a part of his duty?
Well, no. the facade of it. The facade of unconditional love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you see what I'm saying? Because I'll just leave it like that.
Yeah. I would say even yes, based on even conversations we've had today about the dudes in Gen X that just became eggshells because they got ran over by their women. The only way you would do that is if you expected unconditional love. Well, he's going to love me unconditionally, so I can treat him any kind of way I want. I can show up in the relationship any kind of way I want. So we must, like I said, at some level, we have to have that expectation because our behavior suggests we do. We even know that people get into relationships and like, well, you still love so-and-so. So we know that love persists even beyond the relationship. And we know that people behave as if unconditional love is expected. I'm just saying, I think we also have a secondary script running at the exact same time that is the exact opposite. Because I know for sure people expect unconditional love. But I also know for sure people expect people to cheat, which is why they go through people's phones. Why they're putting trackers on.
No, listen.
We're running two scripts.
It's almost like double checking for the unconditional love status quo. Are you cheating on me? Let me go through this nigga phone. let me do this. Are you like, is he, you know what I'm saying? That's the accusations of cheating. You know what I'm saying? The constant reassurance, knowing damn well, yes, your ass looks weird in those jeans. Why would you ask me? Because you know I'm supposed to have unconditional love and just tell you, yeah, man, it look nice.
Maybe you're not supposed to tell her ass that. That's why she fat
I
now.
am. If I want that lopsided booty later on, I'm gonna have to say I like it.
Okay, well, I do agree that traditionally it's true, but I think that's a terrible, faulty idea to think that you can just show up anyway and somebody just have to stay with your ass. Like, I think that's the dumbest shit.
No, Bree.
Like, I know that's how most
accept
people
me
think.
the way I am, Bree. Love me for who I am.
No.
Love me the way I am, Bree.
Shit is disgusting. Like, I know.
So let me ask y'all this: do you think you can stop loving a person?
Of course.
You sure?
Absolutely.
Like, choose to or just fall off. Stop, choose to or fall off.
However you want it, however it is that you get to the end point.
You can learn to no longer
no.
Stop. I guess in a moment, yeah.
This toxic bitch did it. Okay. Yella, you cannot love somebody. Yes, you can. I mean, and you know how I knew I didn't love her anymore? Like, I was indifferent. Completely indifferent. I wasn't mad at her. It was just I was completely indifferent. Fuck that bitch. Or not. Maybe? Kinda. You know, I was like a dead center in the middle, just completely indifferent towards that person. She could live or die. I didn't care which. But she had done so much. She had done so much heinous ass shit that she killed it. That's when I learned that people can kill love. A person can love you completely, and they can love you unconditionally, but you can kill that. You can kill that unconditional love that person has for you, because that person loved you until they didn't, and it ain't like they chose not to love you. It ain't like they tried not to love you. You did so much shit till like your brain just said no. You know what I'm saying? Your brain and your heart was like, no, we're not doing this no more. I'm like, we're not? Nah. This ain't good for our health.
So, Mandra, do you believe in the concept of unconditional love?
You can love someone unconditionally. Yeah, you can. Is it expected? No. Should you expect it? No. You should never expect that. You can want it, but expect it? No, that's ridiculous. That's unrealistic. You know what I'm saying? You can't hold someone to that kind of a standard.
Did you believe it? Did you believe at some point with the person who did you that dirty that at one point you did love them unconditionally?
Absolutely, I did. It was the unconditional love that I had for her that made me stay as long as I did, way longer than I should have, and let her get away with way more shit than she should have. And then she killed it. Like, that's when I learned that whole lesson in that one relationship. Like, so you can kill unconditional love. I'm like, damn, she did that shit.
But isn't that in and of itself a fallacy?
How's that? If there's no conditions, how can it be killed? I get it. It wasn't anything that there were no conditions. I loved her anyway. But love can die. And she killed it. She found a way to kill it. I loved her until I didn't anymore. And there was no conditions that caused me to stop loving her. That's what makes it not a fallacy. There was no conditions that caused me to stop loving her. She just kind of did everything she wanted to do, regardless of how I felt about it. And she proved that, hey, she's just going to be her. So I said, all right, cool. And then it's like one day I'm sitting there on the phone with her. I said, no, you go ahead. Do what you do. I'm fine. And I hung up. And like the next day I woke up, it's like nothing. I said, damn, how the hell does this happen? I went to therapy for that, and the therapist had nothing for it. There was no help.
Damn,
guys, no help at all.
Do you guys think that's a fallacy or no? Or do you?
If you use that feelings definition, that's why I don't like the feelings definition, because it's true until you don't feel it anymore.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't like the feeling definition of love. That's why I reject it to some degree, because feelings are fleeting and emotions are fleeting, and while you feel them, they're true, and then when you don't feel it anymore, it's not true. Like in that moment, I just that's why I feel like people struggle so much with it to some degree, like women especially, like this idea that you have to feel the feeling of love, you know, for it to be the reality. Because sometimes you can't receive it or interpret how it's given to you, and then you don't feel it, but like, does that mean that it's true? Like, so I don't know. That's kind of
I'm kind of with Kai. I think it's a fallacy, but I actually think if we investigate a little bit further, man's real. It's not that the feelings just died. Like if you saw her on the street and you saw a homeless person, you would feel the exact same way. Like you'd say, "Oh, have a good day." Like you wouldn't think like, "Oh, I can't stand her."
Wait,
like,
nothing.
No fear.
No.
Interesting. Yeah.
Oh, damn. Oh, I remember you. You're homeless? Fuck. All right. Bad break, I guess.
No care. That's interesting. Yeah. That would be hard for me. I'd have to experience your experience to know how I respond.
Yeah, you have to. That's the thing, because it makes no sense when I explain it.
Yeah.
And it would, before I experienced it myself, I would be on board with you guys. I'm like, that makes no sense. It doesn't add up. However, yeah, I can't. I don't know any other way to explain it, but it's just wild. I get it. So I'm with you, our son and Kai. I get it. It's wild. I know how it sounds, but it happened.
Because I know I still feel the way.
I mean,
the feelings would change.
It's your story. You know what I mean? And I'm not here to. My whole point ain't to discredit or nothing like that. You know, I just get to this. What I believe is like the idea of unconditional love sounds great until it's really limit tested, right?
When it's tested, until it sounds good until it's tested,
yeah. Most people, on average, for real, just don't. We're not gonna push that boundary to the point of where we get to that point where somebody is gonna hate us, or in your case, just stop caring about us anymore. Just as human beings, like we don't want to rock the boat that much. So you gotta be kind of a fucked up individual, you know, to really reach a certain level.
She's fucked up. She is a fucked up individual, Kai. This chick, man. You know, everybody has that one that really does it to you.
Mm-hmm.
The one that really skins you up. And that was that one for me. This is that one for me. Yeah. The one that really skins you up. And it's a wonder why I don't hate women because of that chick. But I don't, because most of the shit was my fault. I let her do it.
Look at Rashawn's face like, No, I was just like sitting here while y'all talking.
Rashawn, I don't hate women. You know that. You haven't, you know, me and Brie are friends. I'm friends with Candid and Shy Cutie. I got female friends. Look at Brie.
A lot of these men up here, y'all.
Look at Brie.
A lot of these men up here,
that's a bit much.
No, y'all just like a lot of y'all low key hate women. Either y'all hating on women or y'all hate them. So.
No, I don't hate women. My thing is this shit ain't hard. If the woman is not, if you've made your intentions clear, you made your boundaries clear, and that person's breaking your boundaries, either talk to them about it or you leave. Now, if you talk to them about it and they still keep doing it, and you got decisions to make, that person's only going to do what you allow them to do. Well, how do you make them? You can't. And that's where the rub is. That's why guys get to the point where they do hate women, Bree. They don't know that you can't make someone treat you the correct way. You can only tell them what you expect and tell them how you want to be treated. And that person either does it or they don't. If they don't do it, you got to leave. But instead of leaving, guys try to make women behave the way they want them to behave.
Y'all hunker down.
Yeah, they try to
I have to stay and sacrifice myself to be.
And they stay and try to make the woman behave the way they want them to behave.
Man, I'm gonna suffer in silence for the rest of my life in my corner of the house. Like
now this relationship I'm talking about.
I don't believe that at all. I hate it.
Now this relationship I'm talking about was 14 years ago. So. Yeah, I learned a lot of valuable lessons there. That's when I learned that, no, this is my fault. You know what I mean? That's why I never had smoke for that. Like, say Brie and I were talking, and she's like, no, it's a man's fault. You shouldn't have let her do that in the first place. I never had smoke for that. I'm like, true, because I learned that lesson the hard way. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times I'm up here trolling, too, sometimes. A lot of times.
But I don't think a lot of men y'all have self-love to be able to properly enforce boundaries a lot of times.
Mm-hmm. I agree because we're not taught to love ourselves. We're not even taught to be real men anymore. We're not even taught to be masculine men.
I knew that was gonna wake y'all up. We're taught
to kowtow to women. That's what we're raised to do. Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong being it's different from being chivalry.
Are you out?
Chivalrous, bro.
Yeah.
All right, Kai. Later, brother.
Have a great rest of y'all show.
You too. Now it's different from being chivalrous. Chivalry is one thing: open the doors, paying for the dates, things like that. Yeah, you treat a woman nicely. You court her, get to know her, spend time with her. But there's another altogether to just let her do whatever she wants and just give her everything and require nothing of her for yourself.
Yeah, that's trash. Y'all need to stop.
Yeah, but we were taught. That's what we were taught to do. We were never taught to require things from the other person.
But like, it feels bad, right? So like, how about just don't do it?
Yeah, I did. That's a turn the corner for me. I just didn't do it.
Yeah, like if at some point it's like, yeah, you were taught, so that was bullshit. Okay, it doesn't feel great. How about let's just don't do that again? Like, let's just not. How about that? No,
it's hard to overcome conditioning.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Especially from your childhood. That's why everybody goes to therapy. All the anchors that happen in your childhood, all the attachment styles,
right,
that you take into your adult relationships, you then have to go to therapy to even recognize them and to overcome them. It's hard to, like even the Bible, train up a child in the way they should go, and they will never depart from it. That's not just good things. That's also what's that called? Dysfunction. Like poverty mindset. If you train up a mind, even in a negative state, it's going to try to continue that state. Objects in motion stay in motion. Like it's always going to try to reinforce that same pattern, even if it's a trash one.
Okay, so go to therapy, black men.
Okay, Stan.
Y'all are important. Y'all are important. Y'all's presence is needed. Your energy is needed. So
could just sound any more condescending?
I'm not. I really hate that shit. Like I hate how so fast every time we have these conversations, we have these arguments, men really become, well, I can't. Okay.
No, it's not that we can't. It's just we're not. It's not that we can't. Everything's possible.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. It's always I can't.
Yeah, we can. We just need to acknowledge how hard it is. Because if we don't acknowledge how hard it is, you're going to get that same thing you keep talking about. We're going to face that first test, and we're going to collapse because we didn't understand how hard it was going to be. So you need like a drill sergeant like Mandrill, because he's going to tell you right up front, Rashawn, you fat fuck. It's going to be the hardest week of your life. I'm going to put you through hell this week, but I guarantee you, I'm going to put at least 5 more years on your life. Like that's something like Mandrill would say.
Right.
But somebody needs to hear that right up front. Like, so it's not even, there's no misconception.
So what should it sound like?
Hey, Nova Rain with the 5,000 bits. My God, man. Good looking.
Let's go.
I gotta hit my song for that, yo.
You got torque.
Yeah, you got to, bro. You got to. We about to hit that big bits, man. Big bits.
The Prince of Pan-Africanism is back. Showing love to all my donors and supporters. We've been at it for 2 hours and we still got donations to go through.
Give them the bits. The bits.
You got some tig-old biddies.
Some sort of human code. They were out of tig-old biddies signs.
Tig-old biddy. God.
The bits. The bits. The bits.
See, I get love. Y'all focus on the hate. I focus on the love.
The bits, the bits, the bits.
Is that a lot?
That's a lot.
I got another donation.
Wow, that's a lot.
Donations. 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 Donations.
I'll take that.
Gifts. 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 More gifts. More gifts. more gifts.
Show me the money.
Wow, thanks.
Not show you. Show me the money. Show me the money. Yeah, motherfucker! What you gonna do, Derek? Show me the money!
Hey man, I appreciate the big old biddies, no, but good. I appreciate the
Give
love.
them the bits.
Love.
The bits.
The bits. The bits.
The bits.
Seriously.
Donations. Donations.
Love.
Donations. 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 Gifts.
Nah, but
Gifts. Gifts.
Love is what men need, man. And I know, like people like Mandrill, he knows that. I heard Watts 100 Watts in Watts knows that, but a lot of us, because we're not dependent, we won't take that tough love. We'll just walk away. We won't face the fight. We won't do the hard thing.
Yeah, right. This generation, the people today are so non-confrontational. Like I was raised, I'm great. I really am great. The older I get, the more grateful I get of my upbringing. I'm so glad I was raised the way I was. Holy shit. These people out here are so milquetoast. They're so non-confrontational. They won't even talk to you if they have an issue with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what, like, I understand Bree's perspective so much. You know what I'm saying? That's why, because she understands that too. If she had a problem with me, she would tell me, Mandrill, what? We got beef. What's up? I had a problem when you said X, Y, and Z, and blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay. My bad, Bree. It didn't mean to hurt your feelings or come at you wrong. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I won't do it again. And then I will Arshawn, not do that again. This ain't hard. You know that pisses her off. Why would you keep doing it? Especially when she told you. Like I
think that's exactly how it went down. I think that's how it was. The way you were coming in the chat and Bree said something, and then you was like, okay, cool. And then I think that's exactly how it went.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like I don't just talk this shit. I live it. This is how I am. It's like, okay, I didn't like that. All right, cool. I just won't say that.
Is Yellow here? The zebra cake head ass. It's all right.
Yeah, same thing with you, Arshawn. Like, I think people, like I said, I think people misunderstand me because I asked Candid Ann when I first came onto YouTube. It was like, holy shit. Yeah. I think Yellow was there when I first came on YouTube too.
Now you're as terrible as we think.
Yeah, I came in because people pissed me off with the weak shit. I'm just like,
you was terrible as we think.
I was not that terrible, was I? Bree? I never came to you three. I never came to any of y'all platforms and cut up.
Nah,
I never had a reason to.
I can get along with everybody,
right? But I think I never had a reason. Y'all wasn't saying, but look, y'all wasn't saying stupid shit, so I had no reason.
You just missed one of Yellow streams where he be capping.
You just tried
I remember that. Yeah, you did cut up over there. My bad. I forgot about that.
I never got him struck. I never got a warning over there. Never got a demonetized for anything. Nothing. See, I'm not. Wait, no. I'll skirt the line, Yellow. I'll skate that line real close, like you know what I'm saying. And I won't cross it.
And I know y'all are having your kumbaya moment, but can I just say I'm tired of these weak ass men. So that's
see,
and I'm gonna turn my camera off.
Yeah, don't turn it off.
Nope, that's all right.
I'm tired of them too.
I'm not leaving. I'm not.
No, I was just saying, Cam, my bad.
I thought you used to kick me off. I was like, damn, it wasn't that bad.
Right, and I'm tired of them too, Bree. And that's what made me come up on YouTube. These niggas, these dudes are weak. Pathetically
I think men have more like self-worth, value, like love y'allself. Like
they don't know how.
I know, I hear it because it's like, well,
yeah, they don't know how. They have no self-esteem. But what they don't realize is women don't have any self-esteem either.
Right.
So they're missing that part. You know, so it's like, okay, why are you intimidated by a woman? Go up to her, talk to her. She's a person. No. Go over to her and get her IG for me. Why would I do that for you? You go get it.
But even like going into the relationship, like when Priscilla was saying earlier, like love is like doing anything for the girl. I'm like, that is codependency.
Nah, that's extra. I missed that part. Like that's the thing. That's what that's one of the points I was going to make. There are people who give no matter what. There are people who exhaust themselves in a relationship and will still stay. Like there are those people. But I'm not even saying that's a healthy love. Like that's the love conversation needs to be a nuanced conversation. Like it can't just be love and unconditional love. That's too simple. That's too simple for the way we even practice relationships and love. It just can't be, because any combination is possible. We need some kind of new chart. Yeah,
well, the thing is, how about fuck the chart? People are gonna be people, man. I mean, that's just. You've heard me say this before, Arshawn. There's too much nuance to relationships to just paint everybody with one broad brush. It's too nuanced, dude. I mean, because somebody might be awful in one aspect, somebody might be absolute shit at managing money.
Well,
but they're fantastic at other things. You know what I'm saying? So what do? You throw the baby out with the bathwater? No. How about you take over their finances and let them handle the shit they're good at?
We need more healthy examples, though.
But it's
so.
You got me.
But it's so few examples, though.
You're a healthy example, I'd say. You're a successfully married woman.
I've been trying to tell my husband to come up here and talk.
You bore two children. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know your personal life like that, but you seem to be happy. Okay. You never up here in a bad mood. So, I mean, the brother must be doing something right.
Yeah, why would I be?
Yeah, I'm like, the brother must be doing something right. So, I mean,
and even when you trash men, it's automatically, it sounds like nonsense. So we don't even take it serious. So, I mean, even when you're trashing men, it's not like the other women. We just like, go ahead and dismiss it.
And I'm actually drinking out of a bottle with a straw. That's so girly. Look at that.
I'm not angry. I'm sick of y'all whites, really. And if you want to come, catch these hands, that's fine as well. I'm sick of y'all. I'm trying to get my husband to come up here. He is off his deployment right now, so maybe he'll get a chance. But he probably gonna get another assignment. So we'll see. But I've been asking him to come up here because he was like, y'all be struggling.
Yeah, they do struggle, and that's what Yella. That's what it's some content I don't even watch anymore. That I used to go up on panels like on Fight Club. I used to go up there and talk to people and try to get them to understand. But them jokers over there, you can't get through to them. No matter how much logic you bring, and they'll tell you it makes perfect sense. Yeah, you're right. Nothing. It's like
maybe more conversations about how to navigate real shit that happens in relationships.
Yeah, but they don't want to do that.
It's always some worst case scenario conversations and stuff, but just regular shit. It's really when me and Shy be up here talking and people be in the chat, it's like that be the stuff people be like, yeah, we be struggling. It just be the regular little landmine
stuff, yo.
People walk on that be really fucking people up. So
yeah, but people, like I said, the vast majority of people are fucking stupid. They are.
But the stupid people, they
fucking morons.
Still out here dating.
Yeah, they gonna be dating.
And out here dating, out here fucking and procreating. The wrong people are. Okay, it's gonna be just like that movie Idiocracy. Okay, they're gonna be trying to grow crops with fucking Powerade.
That felt like a comment from A Point of Pain, didn't it? That felt like
I was about to say he just what he talking about? Let's talk about how
men hate when we tickle our feet.
Why?
Wait, what?
What? Having their feet
why would we hate when women tickle our feet? I don't understand.
That's a great question, man.
He projecting.
Yeah, he projecting, bro. You need to slow down.
I was trying to.
Don't touch the bottom of my damn feet. I'm with you.
Why? Yellow. Yellow, come on, man. Why?
You don't.
What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen?
He gonna laugh.
Yeah, he gonna laugh. He gonna giggle.
Yeah, what's gonna happen? Yep.
You can do.
Come out of masculine frame.
Yeah, you will come out of masculine frame.
Stop. That's what it is.
Yellow, I feel like you don't like feeling vulnerable in any of the ways. You got to work on it. We're gonna have to do exposure therapy. You're gonna have to.
Nah, I'm cool with the rib tickle and all that shit. I'm cool with that.
You can't tell. You can't be like this rib tickling is it.
I just don't like my feet. I don't know. How about this? I wouldn't recommend tickling them motherfuckers. Shit, don't even. No.
You gotta calm down.
I wouldn't recommend you touching them motherfuckers. That's what I'm saying.
You gotta calm down. You gotta you safe. You gotta be I have to do you like my oldest. You're
I
safe.
don't want her to judge me. That's why.
Now, see, like you scared. Like, look, you are safe here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you would be scared too if you seen the motherfucker. Why y'all ain't think I'll never do a?
We know y'all feet be ugly. Ain't nobody worried about y'all ugly ass feet.
Yeah, Slim, you ain't do a foot stream because you. Never mind. I'm not gonna finish that thought.
Hey,
I'm gonna finish that thought. I thought I assumed you ain't do a foot stream because you a man. That's why I thought you ain't do a foot stream. God, you
want to do a foot stream?
Who wants to do a foot stream?
If they was reasonable feet, I would.
Somebody might want to see your crusty man feet.
These motherfucking hooks. How would you know?
He wants.
I mean,
how would you know?
You know what?
You got a request, man.
I haven't even seen on my knees, and most people ain't even seen my knees. How you gonna know what my feet look like?
Yeah, you gotta work because you even weird about how much skin can show on shorts. Like you need like exposure therapy to vulnerability. So you need to like practice being, in your own house where you're safe. You should know you're safe at home. You got to practice some vulnerability exposure therapy, some behavioral therapy to be comfortable with vulnerability.
To be naked in my own house.
Do you feel vulnerable when you're naked?
Hell no.
Okay, so no, it doesn't count, Yella.
Unless I'm in a fight.
Unless you feel vulnerable when you do it doesn't count. Now, if you feel like if you open the window, you open the blinds, curtains a little bit, and then walk around naked, then maybe try it. Hey, what? You need some vulnerability therapy. Wear some shorts that's like right above the knee. There you go.
No, I do that, but you be talking about mid-thigh.
You said you don't like nothing more. I do like the hoochie daddy shorts, but I ain't saying you had to wear those. I just said
I'm not gonna lie. I just recently started wearing the hoochie daddy shorts, and I low key like my thighs out.
See?
Oh,
there
man.
you go.
It's
been converted. You lost
I'm just
one.
saying, I got some nice manly legs and they look good. I don't skip leg day. I should be proud of that. God damn it.
Exactly.
See these
wear
muscular
your
thighs.
daddy shorts.
All right, that might be it too. I'm a couple months behind on leg day.
we got to get you practicing being vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? What's something else that make you feel vulnerable? Like a V-cut shirt? Would that be too much?
No, I just always thought V-necks was goofy looking.
Okay, so you need to wear a V-neck, wear a little V-neck shirt.
No.
Do you wear button-ups?
No, I was
over
alive
t-shirts?
during the V-neck era, sis. I remember that. I was alive during the V-neck era. Niggas was bogus as hell for trying to even do that.
Hey, y'all, I gotta head over to Black Man Unfiltered, do a stream there. All right, Sean, thank you for having me up here. Bree,
sir.
See you, man, Jarrell.
You already know.
Great.
All love. It was great.
Yeah.
Always great to talk to you. Yella, you my man's in there. Watts, I'll talk to you whenever. You need to clean the house up first, though, man. You really do. Oh, look at the little baby. Look at the little baby.
Yes.
Watch you clean that kitchen, too.
First of all, Mandrell, I just moved into this apartment 3 days ago, so I'm still moving in while you talking shit.
Listen,
about
I know.
I saw that it was a move-in apartment.
Right? No,
I cleaned
it. First of all, Watts, I know interest rates are a bitch right now, but look at buying a house. Not right now, because interest rates are crazy.
The interest rate, I ain't paying.
Not right now.
On no house.
Not right now, because interest rates are ridiculous. But look out for the fall.
I have a 3-year plan on that. I plan on getting a duplex, staying in one side, renting out the other side. All that. I already got already on that.
Yeah, my man. All right, brother.
Already on that.
It's good talking to y'all. Thank you for having me.
All right, man, Joe. Good seeing you, bro.
Good seeing you too.
Yeah.
Later.
What did I miss?
Yella clenched
what
up.
Did I miss?
He too clenched up. What you trying to hide in all that clenching?
Home, I want to give you a kiss. Something.
But no, I don't like my toes. I don't like my feet tickled either.
Why? Is it the giggle?
No, see, because
it's not even the giggle. It's just like, I mean, for one, I'm like genuinely not even a ticklish person. Like, I'm not ticklish like that. So But like just the fact that you're going out of your way to get to the bottom of my feet to find me in this vulnerable place is the problem.
Oh,
like
so
you
it's the
going out of your way.
vulnerability of the bottom
You're
of your
going
feet.
no, you're going out of your way to make me vulnerable. It's not being vulnerable. I have no problem with that. It's the fact that you're going out of your way to do it.
It's your body. It's not out of the way. It's just
you
feet.
getting me while I'm vulnerable. And you're getting me while I'm vulnerable. Because explain one.
Oh, not the cat.
Explain. Give us a couple reasons why a man's feet would be off the ground.
He in the bed.
He sleep. See, vulnerable.
No, he's relaxing in the bed. I didn't say sleep.
Relaxing. Playing the game.
My husband like to prop his feet up on the ottoman.
See, he chilling. Why would you come tickle him right then and there? Why would you come tickle his feet?
Tickle or just touching them?
He put them feet up because them motherfuckers is tired because he been on his feet working.
Oh no, in my house you always got to be on a guard for a tickle attack at any moment. We do tickle attacks around here.
All right, cool. You know what? See, in a situation like that, all right, you got it. You on tickle attack. I'm gonna have a Nerf gun around me all the time. So as soon as you come up on me with that bullshit, I'm gonna shoot you right in your face. You're gonna take a Nerf bullet right to the mouth.
He wears socks at all times. He never has it because he has sweaty feet. So he wears socks.
I am the same way. I am never in my house without socks on. Never. Fucking never.
200 watts.
Yo. Oh, shit.
I'm just like, really, y'all be real clenched up. Right?
Yeah.
No,
it's not good for y'all. Your blood pressure.
But like outside of the tickling part though, like men have to be selective about when we're vulnerable.
That's true.
Even when y'all see this is a safe space, you can be vulnerable about me. And then as soon as we start beeping, that's why your bitch ass was in the bathroom crying last night. Like, wait, hold on.
Y'all need to stop dating hood boogers.
Oh, ticklish toe ass nigga.
Can y'all stop dating hood boogers?
That's not a hood booger thing. That is not a hood booger thing, man. Estrogen starts flowing super heavy through your body.
I never thrown a moment where my husband was crying or emotional in his face. Like what?
Man,
I need y'all to accept that this is toxic behavior.
Have we not established? Bree, have we not established
that this is not okay behavior though?
What about before you were married?
What?
Did you do it before you were married?
We know it's not okay.
Right.
Do they know
but,
it's not okay?
Like, once again, I understand I grew up with a special situation, blah, blah, blah. Like, I understand all that. But I'm just saying, like, it be sounding like y'all don't even want to acknowledge that this shit is, like, not.
No, it's toxic. We don't like it.
It's toxic as fuck. That's why single black men die faster than married black men. It's toxic as fuck.
So why
the
y'all
lifespan of a black?
Why single people die faster?
Huh?
Why single ones?
More exposure to more different types of toxic women. How many different types of toxic chemicals you're gonna be exposed to?
Okay, think about how comfortable your husband is when he comes home knowing that his wife is. I mean, you a little crazy, but you ain't on his head about. You a little crazy, but like you've heard some of the stories about the men that talk about the women that's in their life. Like, think about how much more relaxed he is knowing that he has a woman that's going to be able to move with his program. Like, not even like you might have your thought process or you might want to combat some shit or go back against it, but it's not like you challenging him at every fucking step. Like, that's a whole different level of relaxation. Like a decrease in shit.
Shit ain't shit women. This was my question. Like not in a like attacking way, but like how they be like tricking y'all. Like that's kind of what I'm asking. Like, how do y'all get tricked into thinking she not, and then she like? I'm not tripping. Like, I know they tripping. They're tricking y'all with their representative. Clear.
Here's the trick. No, here's exactly right. Here's the trick.
Right. So I just want to know.
Most of them try to portray themselves as, you know what I'm saying, good women.
So they be doing it, and then they just stop, or like nothing comes up.
There's one of two ways. There's one of two ways. There's one where it's fully the representative, where you never actually met her. So that's the one that's going to wear down over time. It's hard. It's harder and harder for her to keep up the faith.
That's who you meet when she decided to have a self-love season.
Okay.
But then
so
there's
the
other
self-love season. Maybe
there's the other one where you're cool until you hit a trigger or hers or let her down, like a trigger or disappointment, and then she trips because it reminds her of her ex or her daddy, or just something. Like that's the second one. Y'all was actually cool until you stepped on something that reminded her of something else. And then she just flips because she can't get out of that energy of the last time that happened.
So do you have any ideas on ways to go ahead.
Or the third option, for some reason she thinks she got somebody pussy whipped enough to just be able to just start with her bullshit. At first you would come over to my apartment and you would cook dinner or something like that. Now when you come over here, you got a fucking bonnet and some goddamn house shoes on.
Why you say it with such vitriol?
Because that's exactly what the fuck happened. That's exactly what the fuck happened.
The way that bonnet came out, bonnet like.
You used to come over here like Shorty used to come over looking mad cute, smelling good, like wanting to have a good time, Netflix and chilling, all that shit. Now when she come over here, she just, what we doing? And like, what the fuck happened? Like, you just whole switched on me.
And then she want to tickle his feet.
So then what? So what do you do at that point when you see the switch up? Do you say anything or you just ride like, okay, this where we at now?
It depends on how much you care.
Okay, so you care. You care. What do you do?
I call that shit out.
You call it out.
Yeah. Come on.
What about Watts? He ain't saying nothing. He don't say nothing.
Bye.
Oh, you cut him off.
Look, man, there's only two women in my life that I deal with their bullshit. And the only reason I deal with their bullshit is because they have my children. Other than that, you can get cut quickly with no fucking problem. Like, as soon as I get too many uncomfortable moments, bye this. We don't even need to do this no more.
Okay. So you just kind of cut them off. I'm just like, is there a way? Because the way y'all talk about it, it just sounds like you're helpless. And there's like no way to know. She could turn into a psycho at any moment.
Nah, she can't.
I'm not the one that.
No, she can. She really can.
Yeah, she really can.
I'm not the one that's gonna sit around for 6 years letting you do your bullshit. That's not no.
See, that's good. No. This brother loves himself.
Absolutely,
he does. I'm just saying, y'all. It's not. We really don't be. There's warning signs. You can peep it. Like, and even if she gonna do the switch up on you, you can see. You can peep it. Like, these things they're not really blindsiding y'all. Y'all just feel like y'all being blindsided.
We are being blindsided because we're actually blind to the stuff because we're looking at something else. Either like we're looking at the puss, or we actually have that pedestalization, like as of women. You know, that early the simp zone.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a woman and she's perfect. So you overlook some stuff because it was probably her. Which is why a lot of times I push back on women on it because y'all be trying to gaslight me when I'm talking as women. Like there's something y'all like doing. I don't know why. I'm not even gonna forget that. Y'all be on some BS. And I had to learn to call y'all on it because y'all don't know y'all doing it a lot of times. Like y'all honestly don't know. Y'all think y'all cool, but it's not cool. And if nobody ever tells you, you'll keep doing it.
Yeah. That's true. I agree with that. I agree with it. That's why I'm so mad at men who just don't feel like they're worth enough to assert their boundaries, say they don't like things, call out behavior. Like, it's just like we really be out here. It's like we be in space and we don't have our line to the ship and we just be floating. And y'all just be like, well, okay. And it just be like so terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah, Mezzo was like, I'm a liar right up front.
So you got to wonder what she not saying. The blind, you got to wonder what the blind
automatic.
Yeah,
that's automatic.
Yeah,
automatic.
Because she not going to tell you all the flaw.
Nope.
Or she might not know. It might be a blind spot.
She not finna tell you she have like a fart attack at 3:30 in the morning. You just gonna have to find that out.
Well, everybody farts, Yella. Just get your own blanket like Candy Dan said, or sleep back to back.
There's the farts and then there's mess over at 3:30 in the
morning. What was farting? Like what? Farting is a deal breaker for you?
No. We was having a conversation about the best position to sleep in as married couples because I said back to back because you say from farts and morning breath. So we were having this whole
that shit was hilarious. I was like
it's true. It's true though. I hate morning breath. So for me, that's gonna be a no. But yeah, I think y'all just got to get better at noticing the representative. Because I promise you, people around you notice the representative game, especially women. Other women be like, I see what she doing. So it's there. Y'all just don't know how to proceed.
My
confirmation bias.
My issue is this, right? I know I'm usually getting the representative. Like I said, I can play the fool, right? It's when I notice your representative is slipping. It's like, all right, hey, look, jig is up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the jig is up. Yeah.
Do you cut them off?
No, I don't cut them off. I don't cut off a woman for like being fickle.
Well,
I don't cut off. Y'all fickle by nature.
Look at what.
Fuck that. If in the beginning, look, man, I'm all about what it is that you said to me. If we came into this relationship, because I'm one that's gonna sit down and have a comment. When we come into this relationship, tell me what you expect of me. I'm gonna tell you what I expect of you. And if you tell me that you can do these things and you stop doing it, hey, yo, like, what's up? Like, you ain't been. And, you know, humans do that shit. Humans do that shit where you tell them like, yo, you've been kind of falling off, my nigga. Like, what's up? And then they'll get back on it for like 2-3 days, probably a week, and then they go right back to that same bullshit. As soon as you get right back to that same bullshit, bye.
Yeah, that's fact.
Because if she came to me and was like, yo, my nigga, like, I need some help, my man. Like, the lights is getting fucked up, bro. Like, the lights is fucked up, dog. What we gonna do? If I be like, all right, I got it, and I pay the light bill this month, and then next month the lights is off again, what am I doing? I'm not holding up my end. So now she 100% has the right to be able to leave. So if you got the right to be able to leave because I'm not holding up my end, I should be able to leave because you're not holding up your end. Bye. Fuck that. I'm too old for that. I don't got time for that shit. We too old for that. We don't got time for that shit.
Yellow, you too nice.
I told you I like women. That's what I'm saying.
He loved too hard. So stop hating on the love too hard women on Kendra G.
No, because they lying.
No, if you can do it, they
I know
can
what
do
it really look like.
Maybe they are loving you hard as fuck.
No.
Maybe you want them to love you softly.
Because they don't love.
Maybe they need to be soft girl lovers.
No, because they don't love that person. They love his production. That's what it is. I don't need a fucking thing from a woman.
What you mean? That you in a relationship with, or like?
I mean, yeah, really could, to be honest with
you. See, I'm gonna show you some word match. Right. So, I love it. Let's talk about it, ass nigga. Right. Everybody can leave whenever. It's so weird that a man fights. So if I see that, I'm fighting too, for real. And the next one. I'm being so honest for the next 30 seconds. Them last 30 seconds was all lies. Last 30 seconds was all lie.
This is why she keep chasing you, because you keep calling her out. We love that. Women love that. That's why she chasing you around.
Okay.
We love when y'all call us out, because we just be out here. I be in space.
What? That toxic shit. That was cool when we was in high school.
I'm just saying, like, women are naturally, we have an element of chaos to us by nature. Like, we're kind of chaotic by nature.
And I like that shit. Like, that's what I'm saying. I like the chaos of women. I like the complexity of women. I like the diversity in the mindset of women. So I'm not going to judge you about being fickle. As long as the mission statement don't change, your attitude, you being however, don't fucking matter. Because if I'm quote unquote gonna be with you for a long time or the rest of your life, you're gonna be a bunch of different people. I'm just gonna say, hey, look, I see you on that other shit. Who are you this week? Who you gonna be for the next foreseeable future? Let's figure that out. Once that shit get to falling apart, okay. Talk about who you finna be in your 40s now. Because now you finna be 40. And
she don't know, Yellow.
Okay, then we gonna figure it out. Because by 43, you gonna be somebody different.
She not gonna know. Ever.
You gonna guess what? I'm gonna teach her how to self-love at home with me. She gonna be able to self-love at home instead of having to leave to go find self-love.
She might. I mean, she can go out though, right?
She can go do what the fuck she want to go do.
I think you're too permissive.
Just
that by nature shit for the birds. Because if y'all fickle by nature, and men are dogs by nature, no. Okay, what is the word? What is the word that you use, Bree? Let me make sure I'm speaking.
Chaotic doesn't mean fickle.
Okay,
like we just women always have. Like we always
women
just
are
have a lot of
by
shit going
nature.
on at the same time.
Okay, women are chaotic by nature. Men are dogs by nature. And y'all tell us that we need dick discipline. We need to keep our dick in our pants. You need to keep your fucking emotions in check. We both got some shit we need to keep together here.
You feel like chaotic is a bad thing. I can tell.
It
you
is
compared
a
it
bad
to dogs.
thing.
It's not chaotic. Just means to me. No, chaotic just means like women, because we're usually multitasking. We just always have a lot of shit. You ever seen men talk about like how women drive and how we have all this shit in our car and like we be doing all this different stuff at the same time? Like that's all I'm talking about when I talk about chaotic. Like we're just kind of like we just be having a lot going on at the same time.
Y'all are just horrible with time management. Y'all are just fucking horrible with time management. Because I would watch a woman get up and do the whole let me get ready for work routine and somehow still end up being late to get out the door. So now you trying to do shit while you driving to work, but yet it takes me 10 minutes to get ready for work. Like y'all just horrible with fucking time management.
Okay, that's true. That's part of chaos. So that's where y'all come in and help ground us. This isn't toxic. This shouldn't be no fight. I'm just saying by nature, when I'm by myself, I'm more chaotic than when my husband is around. Like he grounds me, he helps, he has a way about him. He just demands structure to some degree, so it just cuts down on his equal and opposing force to my energy, just balances it out. When I'm by myself, like when my husband not here right now, this house, it's not a mess, but it's chaotic. I don't know. The day I don't know what happened to the schedule. Like we just be doing stuff. Like we usually have a dinner menu. Like I usually plan out all the meals like more for the week because he wants to eat like at least 2 solid meals a day at the. But us, me and the girls were snackers, so we just be like snacking. Like so.
Don't let me ask y'all what y'all want for dinner.
Well, I usually cook, so I'm the menu maker, so that's not an issue. But when he's not here, we're just a little bit more relaxed. The day just kind of comes and goes, and we just go through it, and we just ride the day, and it's great. And now when he come back, he gonna be like, nah, like what the fuck is going on? Like, what we doing? It's true. It's what it is. It's not toxic. And I don't fight him on it. It's just he has to be a force in the relationship, or I just kind of do whatever.
And what you're saying right now, I feel like is a testament to what I was saying earlier about married men being able to survive longer or being their lifespan being longer. Because like listen to what you just said. You have an ability to know that you're chaotic, but when he come around, it's time to tighten shit up. In a sense, is what you just said. Like it's time to tighten shit up. And he has the understanding that you're going to tighten the shit up. Because most people in a situation like where your husband is, where he would leave for X number of days and then come back home, a lot of the time it's, oh, we've been doing this while you was gone. Nah, this is how it's going. Every time you leave, like, it's just, come on, yo. Like, okay, you was chaotic when I was gone. Now I'm back. Let's get this shit back together. But the problem is getting back to being normal. Like, you just want to stay chaotic because that's what you do when I'm not around. Like, that shit.
So how does he insert this boundary?
What you're describing is not as common as people would like for it to be.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. Because I have seen married couples where the husband's just like, I'm just going to be up here and keep my peace because I'm not trying to like have no confrontation. But I think it kind of like makes it worse because when he finally says something, because the wife is so used to just doing whatever, it's like a whole thing. You know what I mean? Like it almost makes it worse. Like he thinks he's protecting his peace, but he isn't. Because now if she got used to it and got over time, saw, okay, he's critiquing me, he's making comments, he's telling me what he doesn't like, but he's still here. He's staying. He ain't going nowhere. Instead of her getting that feedback and that understanding, she doesn't hear anything. And then when she finally hears everything, now it's, are you gonna leave me? What are you saying? Like, it's this whole thing that it doesn't have to be, because he never says anything. He said, no, but first of all, chill. Okay. It's not that we have bad time management. We micromanage everything else except time. Okay.
What? That was some word magic.
The worst fucking delegators in the world. Women are the worst delegators in the fucking world.
You ain't talking to me. I was a nurse. That's what I did. I'm sorry.
That was great though. That was like, we're not bad at time management. We just manage everything else except time. We neglect it completely. My God.
We do. Like we do. He had a phone call. No, we really do though. He said, not him. He said, I know what you know what was crazy. My house was chaotic when my ex would come home because he doesn't like structure, and I'll have anxiety attacks. I mean, that dynamic can be flipped.
This is
I guess.
Gets me. This one's toxic. You talk about toxic, not wanting nothing to eat, but when I bring mine back, you want whatever I got or half of it.
Why you can't share? Why can't you just assume I'm gonna want your food? Get 2 portions.
That's the solution. But it took a long time. It took a minute.
Right, man. So it's a rule that food tastes better when it's not yours. Milkshakes only taste good, and don't give me bubble guts when they're not mine.
Is this toxic? Okay, here's the thing. Here's what I would do. Because if you actually do get 2 of them, I don't think it tastes the same. Like for women, I don't think if I actually get 2 of them and you know I got 2 of them, you don't enjoy it because you think I got around your little thing. Yeah, so I've got to only show that I have 1 of them and leave 1 hidden. Yeah. So that way, when you're done helping me eat mine, then I can sneak off and eat the other one. That's what I had to learn. Is that the right thing to do? Because it feels like
it has to feel like
you're taking.
You're sacrificing your food for me.
Oh God. Ugh.
Feel like you're like hunter and gathering. Like you went out and hunted for the lion, and now I just get to eat it. So like when you order the food and it's yours and you give some to me, it's like you went and got it.
That actually makes sense. Like I hate the fact that actually makes sense. Like that seriously is like the hunter gatherer. I'm bringing the spoils, but I get a portion and I'm presenting it to the tribe. Yeah. I'm presenting it to the household or whatever, the cave. That's crazy.
And as I get older, I also don't eat a lot. I eat like I'm a bird eater, so I'm gonna throw some food away. So my husband, for me, hates to see me throw away like almost 75% of the plate.
That's crazy.
So I'm like, if you don't want to see me throw away 75% of the plate, then just let me eat some 25% of your plate.
So either order a bigger portion or get the second one and hide it.
He said hide it. You gotta hide the food. But you know we knows that you can't do that at a restaurant.
No, not out. If you're out, no, you gotta eat the loss, but order something extra.
You should order Chinese. I cannot eat no Chinese. That MSG be having me on the toilet. Now, if you want some fun time at night, do not have me eat no Chinese because I'm gonna be on the I'm just saying, if I have very sensitive stomach, it don't take nothing. I'm just saying. So no Chinese. I'm too old for that. But yeah, women are easy creatures to figure out. I just think we need more of y'all's. We need more. Y'all don't have to understand this. Okay, let me say this. Y'all don't have to understand this. Just be yourself and be present and be a force there.
Okay, that leads me to a good question. Because I know the answer for myself, but I want to hear a woman articulate it, and let's see if you actually lie or tell the truth.
Drinking.
So a man should just be himself, but what he'll hear from women is that they want him to behave certain ways. Okay, so now how should a man respond to those ways that a woman tries to influence his behavior?
Behave in what Like what are we telling you should behave with?
Oh gosh, I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared for the pop quiz. I'm just saying
because I'm trying to modify somebody's behavior. Like, are they toxic behaviors?
It's the micro mothering, but he doesn't want his feet tickled. So you tell him he needs to embrace vulnerability and exposure therapy.
Right.
but he just doesn't want his feet tickled.
It's just because, like, why you so?
But he's fine. So that's the scenario. Guy's dating a girl. He didn't want his feet tickled. Well, she's like, well, you have an issue with vulnerability, and you need exposure therapy.
No, now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tickle him anyway, just to see how serious he is, and then once he like really be like mad about this shit, I won't do it no more.
Okay. So I just wanted to see if you go there. He should not change. He should hold his position.
Yeah, he can hold. Like if somebody say that I don't want my feet tickled, I just gotta see, like for myself. Like I gotta see for myself.
That is so toxic.
That's like if a guy's like, don't touch my butt. Like I'm probably gonna try to see like what does he consider his.
It's butt? Like don't press his butt.
It's like the outer cheeks. Is that what you mean? Is it like we start getting the crack territory? Is it the gooch? Like what is butt to you? Like I'm gonna test that boundary.
You know what that sounds like though, Bree? What do yellow card women? Starts with a T, ends with Ollers.
What?
Like don't touch this.
Well, if you don't touch this. It's because of the energy y'all put behind the most random stuff, and I'd be like, that's as a good steward of myself. I need to know what I'm dealing with. Because if I make a mistake and graze your booty cheeks and you slap me, then we're gonna have problems.
Oh no.
No, I'm just saying, like, because if you say that, like, I don't know, like, if you're just like, I
hear you.
Unless you say, like, I got some trauma based off it, I'm not gonna try that. Like, if you like somebody touched me when I was young, I'm not gonna try that. But just these random, like, don't touch the bottom of my feet.
You can't ask, like, is this a trauma based? Is this a trauma based boundary? Yeah. You can just ask that question instead of testing it.
Yeah, I had a guy who was just like, he told me when he was young, he's like, when I was younger, I was touched. So I would never play around with like his
got you.
You know, areas. But like I used to be fucking with my husband all the time. It's like, oh, you want me to touch your booty?
That's
how
reasonable.
Serious are you about that?
That's reasonable. I can live with it. I think that's a negotiation. I think men can live with that. If
she say I like to
I'm gonna tell you though.
But
I'm about to say I know men take that away. Like you tested his boundary after he said no. We take y'all. I understand your thinking now, but I know we take that like, oh, that's disrespectful. I told you that's a problem, and you did it anyway. That's disrespect. That's blatant.
I feel
blatant
like I've done it, like, but I don't know. Like me and my husband, we have a playful nature to ourselves. Yeah, so I think it's done in like a playful way. I just feel like in those moments, like it's just like funny. Like we do a lot of tickle fights and wrestling still.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes you like it just I don't know, laughing and having fun in that way gives you space to kind of just be like, you know.
Yeah, not take yourself too serious. I'm with that. I'm always kind of assuming that people don't really know each other. I'm assuming that people who have spent years together and have gotten to know each other, the things that we talk about on panels a lot of times shouldn't come up. Especially with so many married people in the space. There's so many married people in the space that talk about things that I would think somebody that's been married 5, 10, 15 years would not have to figure out. You feel me? Like
I distinctly remember doing that stuff though when we like first met though.
Yeah.
Because so, like, it's just like an exploration phase. I mean, to this day, he still gives me wet willies, and I hate the sound of spit and wet stuff. I know. I be so mad. He likes to hold me down and like lick inside my ear or give me a wet willy, and I hate it. I know.
So nasty.
It's so nasty.
From the time I wake up until I go to sleep. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, always playing. Yeah, I'm playful. I don't know if I could do from mornings. Like, that's why I'm thankful people have jobs because I need separation from people. Because if somebody was one way all the time, oh god.
Yeah, I mean, I think having that space, like what I hear though, when I hear a man say, "Don't tickle the bottom of my feet," I think the thought that comes to my head is like, "Wow, you really don't have playful moments. Like you can't." I feel like if you always got these like don't touch it, like you always like you can't even have space for playful like moments and that's like I don't know, that seems sad.
It's sad. It is. I because I don't know why. I can't say why the reason. It does sound like they're hiding the little boy. You know what I'm saying? They don't want the little boy to come out.
Yeah.
Because they gotta project that masculinity, but I can't say that for certain.
Yeah, y'all be looking so stupid when y'all be trying to hold in that goofy ass laugh. It be looking so funny.
Real quick, I don't think anybody's on the YouTube side. I got one. If you're in the chat, let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna just cut that off because no point.
The Halfricans. She said Mezzo's a smother. You be sounding Mezzo's smother. She be saying she not. But
she said
come
she
out a
wanted
few
to be up
times
under somebody's skin.
Yeah, and she said she was just playing. Now I think she was for real.
Nah, she for real, for real. I know she was.
Yeah.
Knowledge relationship, you still over there? Or you can ready to dip? I'm about to cut that L. Yep, they gone. Cool.
Yeah, no, I think people should be. I mean, even the whole thing with Yella freaking out when I was just like, the bedrooms is place